Hi, my loves. It's Destin Choice, and I'm live, and I'm directly on fucking time. Because y'all are always like, he's never on time. He's never on time. I'm on time. Shut the fuck up. Yes, I'm on time. Shut the hell up. Everybody relax. Stop the presses. And I wanted to get on here and give my unfiltered opinions involving the Wade Wilson stuff. And I wanted to kind of interject and also talk about Kevin Samuels as well. I'll give people time to kind of roll in a little bit because I have a lot of opinions. I also would do a separate video about this when I get a chance. But I still can't believe Kevin Samuels is dead. Like, can y'all believe it? Like, sometimes I think back to myself, damn, rest in peace. I wasn't the biggest fan of his delivery sometimes. I wasn't a big fan of Kevin Samuels, but I did enjoy some of his videos sometimes, depending on the topic. And can you believe that man was only famous for a year? And I mean, he was on YouTube for years. When you look at someone like Kevin Samuels, that man was on YouTube since like 2014. But he got really famous in like 2016, and then he became a huge superstar and talked about everywhere in like 2000 and what? I think 2000, what was it, 2021, a little bit after the pandemic. That man was only famous for a year and a half. He was on two TV shows. I think he did Atlanta at some point. Then I think he did another TV show. I can't believe he's dead. So he made a lot of interesting statements about pretty privilege, pretty people, how women can sometimes be just as lustful and stupid sometimes when it comes to like a pretty guy and a good looking guy sometimes. And I want to get on here and further discuss it because I did get a chance to watch the Wade Wilson documentary. Hey y'all, thanks for coming and I appreciate you guys. Yeah, he was funny. Funny. What's up? Hey, thanks for coming. I appreciate everyone coming. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, as everyone's getting in here, I'm gonna get into it. Yes, as you guys are coming in, please like the live. If you're watching this, please like the live. If you're watching the playback, please like the live. But I'm on time. And now that I'm on time, I feel so weird. I feel so naked. Like, ugh. Like I'm never on time to a lot of these fucking I'm not on time. I'm never on time to a lot of these live streams. But time to get into it. So, as you guys know, Wade Wilson was the guy who was known as the criminal babe. Like a lot of people fetishized him. He was uplifted just because of his physical appearance. And it really just goes to show you how sometimes a lot of human beings can be very shallow. He was uplifted and gassed because people found him attractive. He was a sexy guy who was a criminal. He was a rough guy. And you know what's also really cringeworthy to me? You guys know how it's so trendy all of a sudden to sometimes scroll through TikTok and scroll through YouTube and Instagram, and you see those prison boos. Like it'd be these pretty boys who got locked up, or these hot guys that got locked up, or these pretty girls that got locked up, and people would be like, "I can fix her, I can fix him. Oh my god, they have so much potential. Like they're too pretty to be doing all that stuff. Like I can bail them out." Um, it makes me really disappointed and sad when I see the world we live in, where sometimes people are willing to literally give a pass to people just for being pretty and attractive. Like it's really fucked up how a lot of women were out here trying to like send money, send him thousands of dollars on his books. He didn't have to like beg for a dime from anybody he knew because he had the whole world talking about how fine and sexy he was and how fucking strong and muscular he was. So there were women who were talking about how they wanted to cook for him. There were women that were saying, "Oh, when you get out, I'm gonna do this for you." He was talking to all types of random women, and yet he was a fucking serial killer. Like I look at some of this stuff that I see on the internet about the stuff that he did, and I'm like, oh my god. What scares me the most is he is known to have killed two people, as far as we know. He probably could have killed more people, but as far as we know, as far as what was admitted by him, he killed two people. So Wade Wilson was the guy where I'll show you some pictures and some videos if you guys have no idea who I'm talking about. Let me give you guys a nice photo. Oh my gosh, shout out to all 200 people that just rolled in. But I'm gonna just play a nice snippet so people can have an idea of what I'm talking about. Give me a second. So this is Wade Wilson. He was a super tall, handsome white stallion guy that came from a rough upbringing, grew up being adopted into a normal lower middle class family, and then eventually he grew up to realize that if he ever wanted to get what he wanted, he had to use his looks and his charm. He was one of those people that had been attractive their entire life, and he used it as an opportunity to exploit people and abuse others. So I'll never forget. Let me see this. Hold on. Let me find this. Let me find this. Let Let me find this. So let me find this. He had the very cute, deep dimples. He had the neck tattoo, and he basically gave off that bad boy aura that a lot of girls sometimes find attractive. And you know what's so interesting about someone like Wade Wilson is it kind of reminds me of you guys ever watched the show The Vampire Diaries? If you ever watched The Vampire Diaries, you know this kind of reminds you of like the whole Damon and Elena storyline. So every woman I feel like has fell for the whole Damon trope where there's a sexy, hot bad guy with a bunch of tattoos. Your parents don't like him. Everybody hates him. And you are the only one that sees him for his potential because he's so attractive, because he has so much potential. You just can't help but to just be like, I can fix this person. I can help heal them. I can make them better. And then you end up going from being a person with discernment to being a fucking build a bear bitch, a build a bear person. So sometimes people kind of get into that mentality of, oh, I can build them up. I can clean them up and polish them. And it's something that a lot of people unfortunately fall into. And that's how people like this end up existing in every generation. So this generation has Wade Wilson, tattoos, handsome, chiseled jawline, and everything, right? So my generation, from what I remember growing up, way back in like I think it was like the early 2010s, we had Jeremy Meeks. I'm sure most of y'all remember Jeremy Meeks, the guy who went viral for having the pretty blue eyes and going viral for his mugshot. Y'all remember Jeremy Meeks? This guy was a fucking gangbanger, did all types of crazy shit all around California, did some terrible shit to people. I'm talking about everything you could probably think of in terms of like gang banging. And then because he had a sexy ass mugshot that some people like to sometimes reference, people are automatically like, oh my God, that's crazy. He had fan clubs, and literally, as he was getting out of jail, he had modeling contracts on his way out. Now, that's no disrespect and shame to him. That's not to hate on him, but it really goes to show you how sometimes the halo effect is so real that people are willing to literally give you a pass for shit just because you're attractive. You know what I mean? Like I remember growing up, you know what I mean? Like I remember growing up, going to school, and then even like having a work as a kid when I was like working at a fast food restaurant, when I would be a kid in school, I always saw that sometimes the male teacher or like the male administrator always gave the pretty popular girls like a slap on the wrist. Like if the pretty popular girls were acting up and being bad, the male administrators or the male security guards would just give these pretty popular girls at school a pass. Like, oh, that's the little pretty popular girl. Like they would just give them a pass, right? Now, even though back then we were children, I just always noticed like is it me or is these male administrators only giving a pass to this popular pretty girl just because she's popular and she's pretty? I always remember the wrong way growing up, but it did teach me early how the halo effect is so real and how people will let you get away with any fucking thing. And now this guy is a huge major superstar all because he committed crimes. Now, thank God he's definitely stayed out of trouble, and he's definitely turned his life around. Jeremy Meeks, to be exact. But we can't say the same about what happened to the Wade Wilson guy. Now his name, the Wade Wilson guy in particular, his name isn't even Wade Wilson. His name is actually Steven. And he would prey on women, see them on Tinder, go on all types of dating apps, and he would hype them up and he would say things like, you're so beautiful, I want to get to know you, I want to be with you. And sometimes because of how attractive he is and because of how he has those dimples and everything, women would sometimes eat out of the palm of his hand and they would believe all the shit that he would say and they would think, oh my God, like sometimes you're too infatuated with somebody liking you. Like I think everybody at some point when they were younger has been through that. You know how when you're a teenager and you have raging hormones, when that really cute and attractive person likes you, you just be thinking to yourself, damn, how did this person like me? How did this person find me attractive? Sometimes it's usually just a sign of being a low self-esteem person. And he preyed on women with low self-esteem. Some of these bitches were dumb enough to move this man into their fucking house, and some of these bitches even had this man driving their car. Now, this isn't to shame the women because I feel like a lot of people have been there. I think a lot of us have been there where we've allowed lust to cloud our judgment about people. And guess what he did? He ended up kidnapping this particular woman right here, which, if you guys are wondering where I'm getting this from, please be sure to watch the documentary. So, they did a documentary about this man, Wade Wilson, and how he was a serial killer, but he was able to use his looks to get what he wants. Very similar to Ted Bundy. And Netflix did a documentary in their series called Worst Ex Ever. I think in season 1, there's an episode called The Deadpool Killer, kind of comparing him to a Marvel character. So Netflix did a special about Wade Wilson, And then also Paramount did like a whole dedicated documentary about him, talking about him. It's really interesting because the families of the victims that he's harmed and killed and assaulted, they're not very happy about these documentaries. They're not very happy that the world is glamorizing him and even put money on his books. And it's sad because this was all back in like 2019, 2020. This man was going super viral for doing all types of awful things. But because he looked good, he got a pass for so many things on the internet. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If he was built like fucking CeeLo Green, or if he was like built like a fridge and built like laundry and shit, or built like a fridge, he would have probably never have gotten as famous as he did. That's why sometimes if you catch yourself liking somebody, maybe ask yourself a question like, is it lust or is it like? And I'll never forget. Let me look this up really quickly so I can show you guys. I'll never forget. Give me a minute. Sometimes lust can cloud people's judgment, even with women out there. I'm sure there's a lot of women out there who are attractive and are easy on the eyes, and they do know when somebody likes them versus lusts them. And that's why he was able to take advantage of that. Wade Wilson was able to see and know, okay, yeah, this person lusts me. They don't really like me, so I can manipulate them. And I don't care because they'll just leave me anyways. Sometimes when attractive men know that you lust them and don't really like them, they use that to their advantage. Just people in general, even women, will do this. Like if they know you lust them, they'll be like, okay, give me this, give me that. Can I have some money? Can I have this? Can I have that? Like you ever dated a guy that was very attractive and thought, oh, well, you think I'm attractive? Bitch, give me some money. Help me with this. Give me with that. They know that you're going to eventually leave them anyways when you realize how fucked up and toxic they are. The more you get to know them, the more you realize they ain't shit. And when you do realize that, you throw them away. And that fuels somebody with pretty privileges, abandonment issues. I don't have pretty privilege, but I've seen this happen time and time again from just watching films and seeing people that I know personally, and even having my own side personal experiences, which is a whole other video itself. But let me read this really quickly before I continue. Somebody said he knew how to charm those women. A lot of those women had low self-esteem. They just let him get away with a lot of that just because of his looks. Yes. And people sometimes do that when you lust them. Even some women watching this, you probably have taken advantage of guys who, lusted after you. Like if a guy looks at you and tries to like lust after you and make you feel all good and shit like that, you think to yourself, okay, give me this, give me that, pay for this, pay for that, because you don't like him and he doesn't like you. He's only infatuated by what he sees with his eyes. And I'll never forget, I really understood the true meaning, like in a deeper sense, when Delicious. Y'all remember Delicious from Flavor of Love? Delicious from Flavor of Love did an interview a while ago, and a few years ago, I think this was like, yeah, a few years ago. And she said that she's used to people lusting after her because Delicious is a beautiful woman with a banging body, and she's dated a lot of high profile men. And Delicious from Flavor of Love did an interview where she said that she actually liked Flav because it was. Let's put it this way. Let me play the clip.
I love Flav. I would date Flav in real life. Really, like to this day, especially to this day. Really, I would. I didn't get my chance. I love you. I didn't really get the chance to date him. I won the show, and in my mind, that meant I won him, or we were going to start dating or whatever. But that really didn't happen like that. What's his zodiac? Flav is he just had a birthday. How old is he? He was 55 then, and that was 17 years ago. So you do the math. He's at least 70. That's probably why him and my dad are always together. Yeah, you know what? It's less his age for me and more, I liked him. Mm-hmm. I don't like a lot of guys now that I meet. Yes, I love Flav. I would date Flav.
So at the end, this is what Delicious said. And sometimes I always replay this whenever I think of people who lust people. Let's play that part again. So for those who didn't catch it, this is what Delicious from Flavor of Love said.
And more, I liked him. Mm-hmm. I don't like a lot of guys now that I meet. Yes, I love Flav.
I remember when I watched that interview, I thought to myself, what does she mean she likes him? I mean, wouldn't you like anyone that you date? Wouldn't you like anyone that you entertain? And the sad part is most people don't. Even these serial killers like Mr. Wade Wilson, they don't like a lot of people. Like some of you women or men watching this that are born with good looks, you don't like a lot of the people that you've dated or have talked to. Like if you think about it, did you like all the people that you dated or messed around with consistently? Like, can you say that you genuinely like a lot of those people? A lot of y'all probably can't. Sometimes you're just with somebody out of convenience, financial pressure, and sometimes you're just dealing with somebody because they're just entertaining you at that particular time, but you don't really like them. My bad. Let me read this comment really quickly. Someone said, yeah, the people who were lusting after Wade were Wade's wives. That was what the judge nicknamed those women that fawned and drooled over a fucking serial killer. So someone's wait, did I see the ad? What ad? Don't tell me they're paying Wade Wilson and crazy serial killer ads on here. Okay, so Sugar said, why do people call women stupid for falling into lust when they get used, but men victims when they get used? I think both are stupid for allowing it. 100%. So what Delicious kind of said helps amplify everything I was talking about earlier, that sometimes people just don't like people that lust after them. Wade Wilson didn't like any of those people. Like in the documentary, they discussed how he had all these women. Like I'm talking about, he would literally reset everything. Like he would exploit a woman, hang out with her, love bomb her. I love you. I care about you. You're awesome. I want to be with you. I want to spend my life with you. I want to marry you. Boom. She sees his true colors, see that he's fucking crazy and a junkie and a drug addict. He moves on to the next woman. Then he creates a whole new dating profile. Then the woman sees his true colors, kicks him out, and the cycle repeats. He even was fucking with gay men, which not a much of a big shock. A lot of these pretty guys that are less after are even willing to fuck with gay men because sometimes you gotta just take what you can get. You gotta just be able to capitalize off of what you can capitalize off. If a man is willing to pour into you and give you what the fuck you want, even if you gotta play gay for a little bit, hell, if women are acting funny, you're gonna take that. So he had a gay man giving him money, taking care of him. He got this gay man so wrapped around his arm and through his fingers that in the documentary, this gay man said, yeah, we even went public on social media. I posted him everywhere and everything just to show him it was official. What he didn't realize was he was being coerced and manipulated into thinking it was real. And it's really sad and shocking how sometimes you could be dating somebody and they could be completely putting on a whole act, or they could be literally romanticizing the idea of you being there for them and helping them just for them to like eventually switch up on you. And then in the documentary, they showed like how the gay guy was like saying, yeah, I can fix him. I can help him. Like I can really help him. I could like all those bitches say that. You know, it's so sad because I really hope everyone can take this as a learning lesson. You can't fix people. Like if you ever date or deal with somebody or are attracted to somebody who's like completely down the dumps and doesn't have shit, you can't fix people. Like you can't. You're not a fucking surgeon. Well, I mean, if you are, even at that, people have to want to change and fix themselves. And I think that's a lesson that most people have to learn the hard way. But let me like play this other part. So this is a clip that I want to play from Kevin Samuels, right? I feel like I didn't get to the point about this, but Kevin Samuels said something very interesting. Let me read this real quick. Okay, so this person said he always wanted a man. He just used a inlet of opportunity for monetary gain to try to out pogo stick every now and then. Yeah, yep, yep, sure did. Someone said I don't know how people go out with people they don't like, even for a few dinners. I feel like throwing up when guys I don't like flirt with me. You'd be really surprised. Sometimes people are just with people out of convenience. I mean, sometimes people just don't like or aren't attracted at all to these dudes that try to get at them. But it's like if he has this and he has that and he's willing to do this, that, and the third, fuck it, why not? You know, you just suck it up, you hold your peace, and you just let the person talk and you just sit there and just let them talk their fucking head off and you just deal with it. You know what I mean? Like times are hard, man. Inflation is real. And listen, milk is like $5. If someone gotta bend it over because rent is due for an ugly nigga who looks like ET, then that's just what you're gonna have to do. But let me play this clip of Kevin Samuels, kind of speaking on how like lust can sometimes also be the downfall of a lot of women who play victim, but will fall for someone like a Wade Wilson. Let me play this clip really quickly. Let me find it. Give me a second. So this is what Kevin Samuels said years ago.
There are two types of guys women absolutely love. They go crazy over them. And this is the only real battle. This is the battle at the top of the battles. Throughout any time in history, throughout any culture, throughout any race, you're going to see that at the top, you're going to see women love these two guys. So let's get number one. The number one guy all women love. All women, everywhere, no respect of class, no respect of any of that shit, is the bad boy. That's right, is the bad boy. In the black community, you want to call them Pookie and Ray Ray. That's what the bad boy fall in that category. On the other side, it would be, Brad or Chad, pick one. It would be the guy in the leather jacket and the motorcycle with the tattoos. The bad boy. The bad boy is always an archetype. We're talking about archetypes. Women love the bad boy archetype because he represents rebellion. He represents actually pushing against the father and the men in her family's control. A father is going to raise this girl up to be nice, prim, proper, respected. He wants somebody to be right for his little princess, and she's going to think about the dude that just talks to her the way she needs to be talked to and screwed the way she needs to be screwed. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry, where he talked about how he met this judge one time from this upper bourgeoisie family and couldn't figure out why his daughter loved this street dude. Hey, man. He said he fucks me the way I need to be. You can't, like it or not, this is at the crux of the Pookie Ray Ray argument. Because women love bad boys. I could give you all the psychological reasons, but that's just the truth. The rebellion, the danger, all of it. And here's the thing. You can lie to yourself and think that changes some point in life. It doesn't. It doesn't. They just stop talking about it as much. There's never a place where women get to like, well, I went through my bad boy phase, and now I want Mr. Rogers. No, that's shit that they tell you guys. They tell you that so you won't feel guilty and won't feel inadequate trying to measure up to the dude she's really thinking about while you on top of her doing the best you can. Shut the front door. That is the truth, the unvarnished truth. They tell you that you're acceptable while she's thinking about the guy she really wants while you laying on top of her doing the best you can. But you get that missionary position. You get, the transactional, kind of stuff. And I talked about a video today how to fix this shit because everybody can't be a bad boy. Everybody can't be a bad boy because you don't want to take penitentiary chances. You are too law and order. And I'm not judging. See, this is amoral and pragmatic. I don't care if you like it. Everybody can't be the bad boy. You don't want to take those risks. And that's cool. The bad boy is always going to be one of the top. Bad boy. Think about it, even back when we had the quintessential All-American show, Happy Days. Who was the most successful character on there? Fonz. Hey. Even in that idyllic, lily whitewashed America, Richie Potsy, the Cunninghams, Joni Chachi, All-American Al's Burger Shop and Bebop and Poodle Skirts and all that. Who comes up? The leather jacket wearing, motorcycle riding, knock on the door, jukebox work, looks at a girl, come up. I mean, just go back and look at 1970s and look at how cool, how much of a dom game Fonzie was running. Fonzie was running a dom game in the 70s. Fonz was the shit. Bad boy. That character existed because they knew women would gravitate towards it. And here's the thing. Of the 9 of you guys who hit dislike, here's why you hit dislike. Because you like them too. You like them too because they do the shit that you don't have balls enough to do. Oh, watch the dislikes go up. Watch it again. You like the bad boys too because they have the balls to do shit that you don't have the balls to do. You wish you could be like them. You wish you could stand up and say, man, fuck you. We're not gonna take it. You wish you could do it, but you just can't. People will disapprove of me. I don't want to be like him. I don't want to be a bad boy. I like being Captain America in the Boy Scout because Captain America always wins. No, he doesn't. That's some shit they put on movies to sell you goobers a ticket. Like it or not, bad boys are an archetype for all women. And it's not just black women, all women. You know what happens? The teenage bad boy is different than the 20-something bad boy is different than 30-something, 40-something, 50-something. But the bad boy stays the bad boy. Johnny Depp's character, that bad boy. You can become a corporate raider, a pirate. See, that bad boy can go from high school to Wall Street, and he still has that killer instinct.
Somebody was like, wrap it up, Choice. Where's the wrap it up button? Okay, let's actually fast forward to this particular end. Let's play this part.
Okay, well, if you went to college,
Okay, let's play this part because I think this will probably resonate because somebody said, where's the wrap it up button? Okay, we'll play this part.
He's still gonna fuck your bitch. Yeah, them rock face dudes get mad at the producer. A lot of rock face niggas off. because a lot of rock face dudes out because they can't beat a pretty boy. Because a pretty boy is a face guy. Don Draper, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. See, a lot of times they'll try to paint the pretty boy as some kind of effeminate weakling, and that ain't it. Not even by a long shot. That's what a lot of dudes who really hate on this dude, this archetype, try to paint him as. And that's cool. He's still gonna fuck your bitch. Yeah, them rock face dudes get mad at the pretty boys. And they'll be the main ones. Oh man, you don't need to be a pretty boy. You motherfucking looking like the Thing. What you gonna tell me? Shut up. Because women like bad boys and pretty boys. Let me give you an example in the black community. How many of you guys went to college? Okay, well, if you went to college, you know the Divine Nine. Let's talk about the fraternities. And I gotta give all five, but the one when I went to school, it was the Alphas, the Sigmas, the Iotas weren't on our yard, but then there was the Kappa and the Qs. There was the Noops and the Qs. I'm a Noop. I'm a Kappa. The smallest chapters on any yard were always the Kappas and the Qs. We were diametrically opposed. The Qs were the big muscle-bound, Green Mile, Michael Clark Duncan looking Negroes. Gonna get some cornbread, the big old swole up dude.
Oh my God. Okay.
Walking around with the big old mega bread.
Okay, maybe I should have just cropped it. I think you guys kind of get the fucking point. Sometimes when I hear these clips again, I just think to myself, okay, yeah. I remember why I probably couldn't get too deep into his content sometimes. He just couldn't get into the point. Like, you guys know that old-ass uncle that you guys have that just rambles and talks, and they just old as hell, just be rambling and giving you speeches. You guys get the point. The point he's trying to make is everybody is obsessed and loves at some point the Wade Wilson archetype because it brings them some type of entertainment and joy. So you always see these stories where, like, sometimes the girls, even in real life, like, I know a lot of guys growing up who were nerds, and a lot of the girls didn't like them. They didn't want them. And then when they got older and got grown, all of a sudden, they wanted the nerds. They wanted to fuck with the dude who was a nerd, who was probably doing really, really well and actually cared about his future. And the bad boys that they cared about ended up fucking traumatizing them and giving them years worth of therapy to have to fucking, like, piece together and deal with. So you guys kind of get the point of what Kevin Samuels was trying to make. The point he was trying to make, if we're going back to Wade Wilson for a second, is this. Give me a second. Give me a second. So let's play this clip. Give me a second. Just to give you guys more context who are watching this.
We have further considered whether Wade Wilson should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find by a vote of 10-2 that Wade Wilson should be sentenced to death. Dated this 25th day of June, 2024, in Lee County, Florida, 4-person, 234. We have further considered whether Wade Wilson should be sentenced to...
So that was kind of how the Wade Wilson stuff happened. So most likely what they decided was they decided to take somebody evil off the street who went around killing people and killing women that he was trying to, like, pursue. They just pretty much gave him the death penalty. And Florida is like the king. Florida, Texas, they're the king of death penalties and life sentencing. So yeah, they gave the man the death penalty. So they ended up killing him and offing him, giving him the electric chair. And that's pretty much what happened to Wade Wilson. And that's how that cookie crumbles. And that was the end of him. So he ended up, definitely dying. I think this was like a year ago. But these documentaries are just now coming out because, again, in 2019, he was seen as people's prison bae. He was seen as this sexy prison bae that all these girls wanted to fix. Girls wanted to reach out to him much more. And now he's dead. So what's so sad about the Wade Wilson stuff is people sometimes don't understand the gravity of what he did. He didn't just beat and, like, sexually assault one of his girlfriends and snatch her phone and tie her up and then sell her phone for fucking drugs and some extra cash. He did a lot of other things as well. There was one moment where there was one woman that was casually walking around the street, getting a little workout in, just minding her business. And what happened was he told her, get in the car. I would like to give you a ride to make sure you're fine, to make sure you're good. And he killed her.
You left for work around 6:30 in the morning, you said? Yes. So you didn't see her after?
The woman had a husband and everything. Keep this in mind. He killed a whole woman that had a husband. This is Wade Wilson. and the woman's husband, who had to deal with having to bury his wife.
After you'd left, is that correct? Nope. Did you have any contact with her after you left for work that day?
A brief text message. She didn't think I'd give her a kiss goodbye.
Had you?
Of course.
Direct your attention to the screen. Exhibit number 25 said, Mr. Weiss?
Yes.
Do you recognize this particular item states 30I that was previously admitted in evidence?
That's the ring I got her.
And what did that ring signify?
Our love for each other.
You left for work around 6:30 in the morning, you said?
Yes.
So you didn't see her after you'd left, is that correct?
Nope.
Did you have any contact with her after you...
So
I'm saying.
So this, and then here's this. This is the woman's son that Wade killed. So basically, when he killed that random woman, so basically, what's interesting is he killed 2 women in the same day. So this man right here that people see as their prison crush and their prison bae killed 2 women in the same day. The first woman he killed was a woman by the name of Christine Moulton. Christine Moulton was this young woman that he met at a bar. He was hanging out with her, saucing her up, making her feel nice. He was very charismatic and charming. And then she asked him to come home with her. She took him, yes, this random man at a bar to her home, which is a really sad thing because a lot of people are guilty of like taking somebody home that they just met. And when they went to her home, nobody really knows what happened, but it led to him eventually strangling her, stealing her car keys, taking some things in her home, and then he drove off with her car. He stole her car. So he stole her car one night, and then literally he drove off and was riding around this woman's car, getting stuff done, buying food, just living his normal life after he just killed this random woman that he went home with at a bar. Then, following that, he ended up meeting some random woman on the street named Diana, whose husband that was in the last clip. So Diana was a normal woman who didn't lust over him, but for some reason she trusted him, and she was just walking, minding her business, and she wanted a ride. He offered her a ride, just offered it out of nowhere, and he killed her. He literally strangled her, and he killed her out of nowhere. He literally told her straight up, like, he literally even said in the audio recording, which is really creepy. I'll play that later. Give me a second.
That may have been. Thank you for using.
Well, Mr. Wilson.
Let's find the actual clip. Let's find the clip.
So what did he tell you?
Boom.
Actually, I just got done working out like 10 minutes ago.
So what did he tell you?
Let's find it.
So what did he tell you?
So boom. He ended up going to jail because his father actually turned him in. And let's play some of this.
He did when he couldn't get her body into her own trunk.
He left her there and took her car.
What did he say about the second girl?
He said he saw her walking down the street.
This is his father, for those of you guys who are looking for context.
And she got in the car with him.
What did he say happened once she got in the car with him?
He said he reached over and choked her.
And did he tell you that he choked her while he was driving?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what did he say happened after he choked her?
He said he was looking for a place to put her body.
Did he find a place where he eventually dumped her body?
Yes, ma'am.
What did he tell you about the situation when he got to the place where he was going to dump her body?
He said that he pulled her out of the car and realized that she was still breathing.
So what did he tell you he did when he realized she's still breathing?
He said he got back in the car and ran her over until she looked like spaghetti.
As he's telling you all these things, what's his demeanor as he's telling you?
He was excited.
You say excited, what do you mean by that? So what did he tell you he did when he couldn't get her body into her own trunk?
He
Oh,
left
I'm
her.
sorry. Okay, somebody said Wade Wilson is still alive. Okay, so he was sentenced to death, but he's still alive. Okay, thanks for the correction. Wait, hold on. Let me just quickly review this part. Okay, no, Wade Wilson is still alive. He's currently in car. Okay, so he's on death row. So he hasn't been killed yet. Okay, that's good to know. They've been trying to appeal it. Okay, so for context, just to retract that, Wade Wilson is still alive, but he is on death row and he was sentenced to the death penalty, and they're actively trying to appeal it. So let's finish this.
There and took her car.
What did he say about the second girl?
He said he saw her walking down the street and stopped and asked her for directions. And she got in the car with him.
What did he say happened when she got in the car with him?
He said he reached over and choked her.
And did he tell you that he choked her while he was driving?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what did he say happened after he choked her?
He said he was looking for a place to put her body.
Did he find a place where he eventually dumped her body?
Yes, ma'am.
What did he tell you about the situation when he got to the place where he was going to dump her body?
He said that he pulled her out of the car and realized that she was still breathing.
So what did he tell you he did when he realized she's still breathing?
He said he got back in the car and ran her over until she looked like spaghetti.
As he's telling you all these things,
So he killed a woman the same day who he met at a bar one night, drove off, stole a woman's car, went around, picked up a random stranger, picked up some random girl that he met on the street, just offering her a ride somewhere. And for some reason, she accepted the ride. Don't know why, but he ended up killing a girl walking the street. So her son ended up doing an interview.
43-year-old.
Hold on. This is the woman and the husband, by the way, of who he killed. So he killed this woman because he saw her walking the street. Her name is Diane Ruiz. And she was about 43 years old, in her 40s, normal life, had a husband, kids, and everything. And this is the shit people did. People were out here giving this man money. But that's another topic. Anyways, so this is what Diane Ruiz's son said.
Diane.
So, of course, she passed away. She died. Wade killed her. And basically, when Wade killed her, he strangled her in the car out of nowhere because he said in a recorded message and admitted to his father, "Dad, I killed this girl. I did this to this girl. And I'm not going to lie, like, I strangled her." And then he even giggled. He literally giggled and laughed about the fact that he killed this woman. As he giggled and laughed about the fact that he killed this woman, he ended up taking her out of the car, and then he ran her over multiple times. Like, he basically backed it up and ran her over, and he said, in quote, "I ran her over until she looked like spaghetti." Very gruesome, and yet this is people's prison bay saying that they're going to change him and saying that he just needs a chance. What kind of evil, demonic shit is going on? So this is Diane Ruiz's son. He did an interview. He got on the stand to kind of, pivot Wade's sentencing. And this is kind of what he said about the fact that Wade Wilson kidnapped his mom, strangled his mom, and then eventually ran her over till she looked like spaghetti. This is what her son said.
Did you know a young lady by the name of Diane Ruiz?
Yes, that was my mom.
And is there anything that you would like for the jury to consider here today as it relates to this matter?
I wrote a letter.
Will you please be so kind?
My name is Zay Romero. I'm a 19-year-old college student going for my bachelor degree in graphic design. I'm Diane Ruiz's youngest child. I was only 14 years old when she passed. Just starting my freshman year of high school, she was so excited to see me grow up. And so proud of what I was growing into. She supported me in all my dreams and only tried to help and uplift me when taking on new risks and challenges. My father unfortunately passed away when I was only 11 years old. My mother was all I had left. I was barely 2 months into my first year of high school when she passed away. I was in marching band, and the week prior, she was telling me how excited she was to go and watch me perform at that weekend's football game. She would have been her first time seeing me perform because that was.
You know, or did you know?
They didn't play the whole thing. Yikes. Okay, let's find the rest. I don't know why they didn't insert the rest.
Do you know, or did you know a young lady?
So basically, he told more and more things in details as it progressed. Let me try to find the rest.
My mom didn't get
There you go. So boom.
the chance to see me accomplish. My mother will never get the chance to see me get married, get to see me graduate college as a first generation graduate, get to see me get my first real job. During college, I was sent to the ER for the first time. I got into my first car accident, and the only person I wanted to call was my mom. Or how she went missing. I trusted my gut so much. Everything told me that she was coming home, and I haven't been able to trust her again. Or how when I was told she was missing while walking home from my bus stop. Or how everybody in my town knew that she was dead before me. Or how on my 15th birthday I almost killed myself because I couldn't bear the idea without turning 15 without my mom. I lived 5 years without her, and not a single day has gone by where I haven't been able to not think about her. My mother only had love in her heart, only wanted the best for me, and nothing that happened to her was ever deserved, and she just wanted to live a normal life. My mom didn't get the chance to see me accomplish. My mother will never get the chance to see me get married, get to see me graduate college as a first generation graduate, get to see me get my first real job. During college, I was sent to the ER for the first time. I got into my first car accident, and the only person I wanted to call was my mom. Or how she went missing. I trusted my gut so much. Everything told me that she was coming home, and I haven't been able to trust her again. Or how when I was told she was missing while walking home from my bus stop. Or how everybody in my town knew that she was dead before me. Or how on my 15th birthday I almost killed myself because I couldn't bear the idea without turning 15 without my mom. I lived 5 years without her, and not a single day has gone by where I haven't been able to not think about her. My mother only had love in her heart, only wanted the best for me, and nothing that happened to her was ever deserved, and she just wanted to live a normal life. My mom didn't get the chance to see me accomplish. My mother will never get the chance to see me get married, get to see me graduate college as a first.
So that was the woman's son. So someone just asked in the chat, how did he manage to like snatch up her mom off the street? So in the documentary, it was kind of discussed like this. She essentially was asking for directions. So let me just show the clip. So this is his mom. Let me find a picture of his mom. Let me see.
The name of Diana.
Let me find the picture.
What is
Hold on, let me find it. So this is Diana Ruiz. Rest in peace to her. She was in her early 40s, and she had asked Wade Wilson, hey, like, do you know where so-and-so is? What's this? It's asking for normal directions like a normal person. He was already driving a stolen car because he had murdered his fucking date because he was literally linking up with some woman, ended up at her apartment, strangled her, and then met this woman on the street in a woman he had just killed stolen car. And he offered her a ride and said, oh, I'll just show you. Something like that. I'll show you. Like, come on, get in. You can get in. Immediately, she just notices red flags, him acting weird, him acting kind of crazy. She feels scared. Wade even said on a recorded phone call, yeah, I could just tell she was kind of scared. I could just tell she was nervous. So what I did was, I just grabbed her. I choked her. And eventually I took her out the car and I ran her over after I had already strangled her. And he ran her over until her body was unrecognizable. So this is the woman. And yet, again, this is women's prison bay. But people keep like bringing up his face tattoo. So he didn't always look like that. Let me try to find it. This is how he looks. This is Wade Wilson. Obviously a very good looking guy. He has like the dimples and everything. He got like the sweet smile and everything. And this is what his dating profile looked like. He was luring a bunch of women, talking to a bunch of women, talking them up, hyping them up, making them feel pretty and special. And then, Lord and behold, they'd move him into the house, give him money, give him whatever he wanted. Once they saw a red flag, they would throw him out, kick him out. He would reset and start over. He did this with women, and he did this with other gay men as well. You know, I remember in the documentary he talked about how one of the people that he dated, which was a gay man, said, "Oh, you know, how I met him was like this. You know, he told me straight up that, you know, his girlfriend was kicking him out and he was ending things with his girlfriend. I told him, oh, you can live here with me." And then it got ugly because he has a serious drug problem. So not only does he have a problem with things such as cocaine, he has a serious addiction to things like meth. So if you guys know anything about a drug called meth, it's not a fucking joke. It's a very big problem here in the States in America. For those of you who aren't from the States, meth is a very rough ass drug. It's like fucking ecstasy, cocaine, and a bunch of other shit combined. And it's kind of like a sex drug. Like a lot of people in the LGBT community tend to do it in the party scene. They tend to do meth because it just, you know, exasperates things, it numbs you, it gives you like euphoric feelings. But what happens is it eventually eats away at your brain. So it makes you so fucking paranoid to the point where you think everybody's out to get you. You start thinking in a bunch of different spirals. You have random crashes of just depression, frustration, and anger. And then when you're high again, it just lifts that anger and depression out of you. So being high on meth just kind of numbs you out, and it kind of just alleviates and elevates your spirit sometimes when you're feeling down. And some people do it because it helps them feel better. When you feel like you're having days where you're just feeling sick and low, you just smoke a little bit of meth. Like, hey, oh my God, like where's the meth pipe? Let me just smoke, puff, puff, puff past this shit real quick. Some people will inhale it, some people will smoke it, some people will do things like inject it into their bodies, and it eats away at your empathy. Like it pretty much skews and fucks up like your train of thought. It lowers your inhibitions, which is like your judgment. It lowers your judgment. It makes you not fully aware of what's going on around you. And you just start thinking the whole world is trying to kill you. So meth is a very ugly drug. And I will tell you right now that if you know anyone that's on that shit, you better stay the fuck away from them because it will destroy you and them. Well, I mean, it'll destroy them, but then they'll probably fuck around and kill your ass. But that's just me. So people keep mentioning his face tattoos and shit like that, and like, oh my God, why he looked like that? Let me try to find it. So hold on. So this is let me show you guys a clip of what this Wade Wilson guy said. Wade Wilson. I keep saying Wade. I meant Wade Wilson. He said in a recorded phone call that he uses his charm to get what he wants. Let me try to find it.
Tattoos on his face.
Let me try to find it.
Wade Wilson.
Let's find this shit. Hold on. I'm trying to find it so that way I can break it down. Thanks to everyone that's joining. I know there's a lot of people in this live. I just want to definitely give my commentary and my opinion so that way you can to balance it. I just want to insert everything. So this is some of the women that would like call him and talk to him, that would hype him up, gas him up, telling him like, "Oh, it's okay. You know, I know you weren't like that. I know I could change you." This is like some like recorded interviews and calls that he would have with women that were thirsting over him on social media, even though he was a serial killer. Put $10 on the daddy.
I put that money on your account, so I put 12 so you can get the hot food with the brownie.
You knew I wanted that brownie up.
Hey.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
In the 4 or 5 years that Wade Wilson was in jail, we saw Wade Wilson go through a series of women who were absolutely enthralled with him. I'm Dr. Casey Jordan. I'm a criminologist, attorney, and behavior analyst. There's a sense of safety and control in loving a bad boy. Look, here's a violent person. I'm controlling him, and he can't hurt me. It's not just his good looks, though. It's the notoriety of his horrific crimes.
Hey, if you can put $10 on there for daddy so he can eat on Friday. God damn.
I put that money on your account, so I put 12 so you can get the hot food with the brownie.
When we were out here trying to send him brownies and shit, and we're sending him $10 piece by piece, little by little by little by little. It's sad. So this person kind of says something I kind of want to address really quickly about Wade Wilson, pretty privilege, and a bunch of stuff. Because again, people romanticize pretty privilege, but then this is the evil of what pretty privilege can create. It enables serial killers that are able to exist and have a space in this world, and have people like fawning over them and drooling over them, even though they've done horrible things to people. I'm trying to find it. Again, this was Wade Wilson, a good-looking guy. Like, he didn't always have face tattoos. I think he got the face tattoos probably because in prison culture, I remember Blueface out of nowhere had face tattoos. The Blueface is somewhat of like a pretty boy, and a lot of these people that end up in jail are like pretty and shit like that. But then when you're pretty and attractive, sometimes people always like romanticize you. People sometimes are intimidated by you, and sometimes when people get face tats, it's just a way to kind of like minimize how the world perceives them. And I'll do a dedicated video about Wade Wilson soon. Like, I'll definitely do a video talking about it. But this is him. He had these dimples. He was charming. He knew how to make these girls laugh. He was like super, super like, cunning. Just knew how to like make you smile. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I've always learned this. So please, you could take a little grain of salt. Like, this is an unpopular opinion. Some of y'all may disagree, but I have a saying where it goes like this: never trust a charmer. I never trust a charmer, most specifically because anyone that charms me or tries to charm me, I automatically assume that you look like this on the inside. So I always think that when people are trying to be extra, extra charming towards me, I just always assume not that you're evil, but I assume usually you know how to use it to get what you want and be manipulative. Like, for example, like people who are attractive and ultra charming, they know how to use it to their advantage. They know how to manipulate people. So if someone is very attractive and also super, super charming, they know how to use it as a weapon. They know how to use it to like manipulate people into giving them shit. They know how to get people to give them what they want, all that stuff. People who are pretty and attractive sometimes have egos. And sometimes when they're super charming and come across as like real nice and, oh, damn, like he's handsome and really sweet and knows how to make me laugh, you got to be careful because you got to think about all the people you've ever known that were charming. Do the math really quickly. Think of all the people you've ever dated, whether it be a woman or a man, who were super charming. Like, oh, like this person just got me smiling and stuff and like so sweet. Like all the people that like showed that they were romantically interested in you by charming the hell out of you. Those are the people that are trying to butter you up, make you feel comfortable, make you feel nice before they eventually try to coerce you into giving them some shit. Whether it be sex, access, whether it be, you signing over like your fucking credit so they can get a new fucking car. I don't trust charmers. I don't trust charmers. If someone charms you, you smile, you nod, you take it in, and you just take a mental no. You don't ever trust someone that's overly charming. People can charm you, but if someone's overly charming, you already know, like, okay, you know how to you know how to use that to get what you want. Like, I don't trust you. Like, you know how to, because the same logic kind of applies to this. I always have this saying, like, I don't consider myself a nice person. I consider myself a kind person, right? I don't trust people who are nice. And that's the same logic that applies to charmers. He's really hot, but he's also charming. Charming people are nice. Nice people know how to use niceness to get what they want. Like, for example, when you walk into a store and you're working and someone's working in retail, they're super nice to you. Like, hey, if you need anything, let me know. Or, damn, girl, you looking good. Or, I know the perfect shade for you. Those people are nice because they're trying to get a sale because they're taught and trained to be that way. They have to be charming. Nice people use niceness to be manipulative. Kindness requires self-sacrifice. Like, if somebody wants to be kind, you have to sacrifice something. People who are kind are people who don't get much in return. Like, if you have to generally sit there and think about everyone that's ever been nice to you, a lot of times they were trying to keep control of the energy. Sometimes people are nice because they're just polite. Like, I'm not trying to say that all nice people you should watch out for. I think that's too much of a generalization. It's not like that. But with people who are charming, they fit into that nice category of, yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I keep you buttered up and warm so that way you feel safe around me. Kind of like the guy, like, you guys ever had like a guy try to like talk to you or get at you and get your number, and then the minute you tell him, oh, sorry, I'm just not interested, or you make it clear you're not attractive, he give you that stank look like, bitch, I just paid for all this fucking food. I just paid for all these drinks. I just gave you a fucking tip, bitch. You better fucking give me some poom poom. Like, that type of stuff. That's what I mean. Like, and then it's just like, wait, you weren't even like really genuine. Like, you were nice, but damn, like, you were doing that just to like get on me. Kindness requires sacrifice. Sacrifice is not something most people are willing to do. Manipulative people don't sacrifice anything unless they get something in return. Kind of like that guy that apologizes to you to try to charm you and make you feel good and make you smile because you're angry at him or want to make you feel comfortable. Yeah, he gets something in return when he can charm you and make you feel good. Someone who's kind, they don't care about getting nothing. They just be like, all right, I'm gonna just do this because I know it's the right thing to do. So I trust kind people. So you should strive to be a kind person, not a nice person. And of course, you don't have to be a fucking pushover and just fucking be kissing people's asses all the time. And you don't have to be kind to every fucking person you meet because people like to take advantage of you sometimes. But kindness is key, not niceness. Niceness is surface level. So let me read some of you guys' comments and see what you guys are saying. Someone said the birds are no longer in the sky, y'all. What do you mean? These women are dumb as fuck. Yeah, a lot of them were stupid, and a lot of them were just, I guess, young and in love. Like some of them were just infatuated by the idea of just being in love and liking someone that liked them. Sometimes you're just moved by the idea of somebody just liking and having a crush on you, and you find them super attractive, and they just swoop you off your feet and make you feel really good. So let me play this clip really quickly. This probably will make sense. So he dated a bunch of women, right? Like he was on these dating apps profusely. Oh my god, 700 people. Shout out to y'all for being in here. Please leave a like if you jumped in here. Oh my god, 697. If you're gonna leave, can you leave a like on your way out? Please leave a like if you're already in this live. I would greatly appreciate it. Please leave a like. He was dating all types of women from all walks of life, and he was preying on them from these dating apps. And some of them were sexually assaulted. One girl said she got kidnapped, a bunch of other really weird, random shit. Let me find this other clip. So let me find this. So he didn't always look like that, right? Like he didn't always have face tattoos. Like he had like a smooth, normal face. He got the face tattoos in jail. And sometimes people get face tattoos. I'll explain this later in jail to make themselves look tough because when you're the handsome, pretty guy, people will take advantage. People will try to like walk all over you, treat you weird, treat you funny, and just underestimate you.
Showed some of them as well as interviewed a few of his exes, and I
Let me
didn't
see.
fall for it. Totally charmed. I
Let's
observed
find
truth
it.
that I've learned satisfaction.
This was him. This was Wade Wilson before all the face tattoos. People keep asking, ill, like women were falling for this. This is what they liked. Some of you guys obviously think this guy's attractive. He has a symmetrical face and pearly white teeth. And he had all these women foaming at the mouth. He had pretty white teeth.
Not only because it is often their comfort zone, but also.
And he was preying on these women because he needed somewhere to stay. He was a homosexual. He was DL trade, and he was also a homosexual. Homosexuals were women. Listen, watching this. If you have your own space, be careful. This is for you. Homosexuals are a real thing. This guy was definitely a homosexual. Where sometimes if this guy has nowhere to fucking stay, he doesn't give a fuck if you're a man or a woman or. Ooh, yikes! My bad. Yikes. He doesn't care if you're a man or a woman. He doesn't care if you're fat or ugly or skinny or tall. He just needs somewhere to fucking stay, okay? And when it comes to people like this who are homosexuals, you got to be very careful when you let these kind of people live with you because when you do, they're not going to want to leave so easily. So let me try to actually insert this other video of him and his ex. There's another video of him and his, not him, but one of his exes. Everyone keeps asking, where do you watch it? So Paramount actually did a documentary called Handsome Devil. This is it.
Honestly,
Let me see.
I bet you don't recognize.
Paramount did a documentary called Handsome Devil. And so did Netflix. Netflix did a special called Worst Ex Ever. And they do multiple episodes of people who had horrible relationships and terrible relationships. And they do documentaries breaking it down. So this is Wade Wilson. He looks normal. He's like casually walking around, looking all nice and everything. You would think, oh my God, somebody with such a sweet smile like that, they could never be fucked up. But sometimes you really never know. One thing that documentary taught me is that you just never really know people as a whole, especially those that pursue you romantically. So here's one of the people who once dated Wade Wilson, and then I'll revisit what Kevin Samuels said again. And I know a lot of y'all are watching. We're like, wait, why you bring up Kevin Samuels? We'll go back to that in a little bit. Because I know a lot of y'all just came in here. So this is someone who dated Wade Wilson.
When I first got with Wade, I just gotten back from Texas. I moved to Texas with a guy, gave my business away to my best friend Jenny. I was like, fuck it, take it. Because I was kind of more involved in being a real estate agent at the time anyways. I was like, I don't need to own a spa. I'm a real estate agent. But then I fell in love with this guy, moved to Texas, and then left my car there, sold everything, and moved back. So I got a rental car. So it was a manual, like thing he can drive. You know what I mean? A car he can drive. And so he was always straightforward. So Tommy brought him to my spa. That was another thing. I don't know how much I'm allowed to speak with criminal kind of stuff. Tommy pulled up. I think Tommy was kind of cheating on me with this other girl at the time.
Oh my God, this bitch's voice is annoying as fuck. I mean, like, prayers out to her, but oh my God.
When he brought Wade around, he was trying to reconcile with me. When Wade started having a liking with me and Lisan, when he found out, Tommy was beating down my door with brass knuckles on my door, and Wade started looking around for a weapon. Wade found a knife. So I was in a situation where I had my ex-boyfriend on one side, brass knuckles, beating on my door, causing all kinds of drama. But like, I'm surprised he didn't beat it through. But then
Okay, I think we got enough there. I think we got enough here.
I've been saying this.
So let me also play this part because I think this is relevant. So people keep asking about the Kevin Samuels part. So I'll enter the Kevin Samuels part because a lot of you guys just came in. So this person made an interesting comment. This person said, let's reflect on this. This person said homosexuals are in fact a real thing. They were the original squatters. Have y'all ever dealt with a squatter before? Let's just put it this way. Wade Robinson was not Wade Robinson. I mean Wade Wilson. I keep saying Wade Robinson. I keep mixing him up with like the guy who fucking accused Michael Jackson. My bad. Wade Wilson. Sorry. Wade Wilson. Wade Wilson, the handsome devil, is what the media calls him. So you're implying that he was the original squatter. Yeah, homosexuals are real. Like, they will date anyone. Like, if you're a fat, ugly bitch, if you're a bad built like a fridge, water buffalo, built like laundry ass bitch, like if you're looking like fucking ET phone home and shit, like I'm talking about, like they will literally get with you. They just need somewhere to stay. It's about survival. Even some guys will sometimes go on dating apps like Tinder, Grindr, Plenty of Fish, Hinge, and they'd be like, damn, I wonder how far you live, where you live, and they want to know where you live and everything. And sometimes some women are so lonely where they'll think, damn, I could use a strong, handsome man with muscles in my house to make me feel good and make me feel special. And then they invite this dude up in their crib so they can look like they're happy. So that way they can brag to their friends about how much they got like a fine, strong man that makes them feel good and makes them look good. And then this guy who you eventually realize his true colors and you realize he's a piece of shit, you wake up one day and be like, damn, this person's fucking terrible. They're not trying to help me at all. They're like not making my life easier. They're inducing my anxiety. And when you snap out of it and you tell them, get the fuck out of my home, homosexuals don't normally react normally. So this is just a cautionary tale for a lot of women or men or gay, straight, whatever you are watching this. If you are a victim of a homosexual, if you're dating a girl who's living up in your crib or a man living up in your crib, or you invite them in your crib, think twice, because they won't react fondly. And also do not let them get mail there, because when they get mail there, then they become intertwined with you and they can sometimes abuse the law and they can claim squatter rights and say, hey, I've lived here for 30 days. I know you feel a way about me because you found me on these dating apps. And, you know, I remember A Fall from Grace, that Tyler Perry film kind of spoke on this. Like, you found me, you know, I made you feel good. I made you feel fly. I made you feel sexy for a moment. And now you want me out. Oh, well, baby, I'm here for a lifetime. I got squatters' rights. Shitting in your toilet, eating your food and shit, you know, driving your car, bringing bitches in your house, fucking bitches in your house while you're at work. Can't do nothing. He gonna do all in your toilet, all because you wanted to feel like you had somebody in your house, all because you wanted to feel like you had companionship. Meanwhile, a lot of these homosexuals, they've done this to countless women. Like this Wade Wilson guy, you know, again, thanks for correcting me. He's not dead yet. Like, thanks for correcting me. Like, I appreciate that. This Wade Wilson guy, tall, tatted, handsome, on these fucking dating apps. These guys on these dating apps have done this to numerous and multiple women, and they jump on these apps sporadically. Like they jump like fleas onto the next and onto the next and onto the next. This is normal for them. They post these sexy, hot pictures, will in a bunch of girls that lust over them, tell them things they want to hear, and then eventually girls be just giving them money. Like, here, take my car keys. Here, I'll pay for your school. I'll give you this. Just making them feel good about themselves. And then when you snap, they don't take it the best. So when you have a homosexual living with you, you better make sure you don't say shit. You better make sure you be like, hey, I'm moving out. Yeah, I'm canceling my lease. I'm selling the house. Yeah, my great granny. Remember the one I told you that moved to like China that one time? Yeah, you probably don't remember. But this one granny that I had who's from China, who got a best friend named Sharonda, whose best friend named Sharonda has a cousin named Bonquisha, and Bonquisha, you know, she's on her last leg. You know, Bonquisha gonna die soon. So I gotta get out of here and move my ass all the way to China so I can go meet Bonquisha, and I gotta make sure Bonquisha good. So, you know, you gotta get out my house. You know, I know you fine. I know I reeled you in here and said I was gonna take care of you. But yeah, you got to get out, you know, because you know I'm moving soon, and you can't do that because look at a lot of these women. You know, they never thought a sexy tall guy like this would sexually assault his own fucking girlfriend, kidnap her, tie her up, sell her fucking phone for some dope, and then eventually like try to seduce gay men, make gay men feel good, take their money, run off with their shit, slice and dice them, rob them, and then just act completely fucking normal. So you just never know. So someone said, "LOL, stop." I think y'all get the point. Yeah, those are his targets. Homosexuals know their target audience. Their target audience are usually people who are just lonely and don't have shit going on, or are just lonely and are out of shape and a bunch of other shit. Hey, Choice. Hey, what's up? Someone said, you said it annoying, LOL. He stole her car too. He did? Her voice is annoying, but I'm glad she's okay. Yeah, same. Scarlett, what the fuck? 308 likes. I appreciate that. For everyone that's in here, please be sure to like this live stream. And a lot of y'all just got in here, so I'll actually play the Kevin Samuels stuff. So a lot of you guys just got in here. Let me just like revisit that and play that again. Let me revisit that. Oof, let's revisit that. So I'm going to play the Kevin Samuels clip about what Kevin Samuels said. Shout out to the 700 people that are in here. I'm greatly appreciative of that. So let's see. So this is what Kevin Samuels had to say. I'm going to like fast forward it about how women will fall for and be infatuated by the pretty hot guy, right? Like they claim that they care about. That's what I say. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I've had friends that are like nerds and shit like that, right? I've had friends that are cool guys, nerds, and all that stuff. And I have a lot of friends that are also women. And a lot of women are so quick to shut down the nerdy guy, the guy that's like dorky, like like just, you know, weird. And that guy could have a great job in San Francisco, a great job in New York City, a great job in London, doing great. But some of you women will probably shut down the nerd guy because he's unattractive and bony, even if he makes money, and even if he actually likes you, just so y'all can end up with a Wade Wilson. A Wade Wilson that'll probably steal your car, rob you, and ask you to put $10 on his books. Right? So this is why I brought up Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels said something very interesting about how sometimes the pretty boys usually just win and always will win for a long time. This is what Kevin Samuels had to say. Let's play the clip really quickly. So this is what Kevin Samuels had to say. Let's play it. Let's play it again.
Features, fingernails, get that shit out of your head.
Boom.
Man, how many of you guys went to college? Okay, well, if you went to college, you know the Divine Nine. Let's talk about the fraternities. And I got to give all five, but the one when I went to school, it was the Alphas, the Sigmas, The Iotas weren't on our yard, but then there was the Kappa and the Qs. There was the Noops and the Qs. I'm a Noop. I'm a Kappa. The smallest chapters on any yard were always the Kappas and the Qs. We were diametrically opposed. The Qs were the big muscle-bound, Green Mile, Michael Clark Duncan looking Negroes. Gonna get some cornbread. The big old swole up dude. Walk around with the big old Mega brand on, walking with the gold boots, and they got sweating and shit with the Boone's Farm sweat going everywhere, Jerry Curl juice, looking like a bunch of full force motherfuckers, barking at bitches. Hell yeah, scaring the pussy away.
Okay, we get it, Kevin. God, I'm sorry. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but he's like that old uncle that rambles.
Got much play on the yard. Because there was big old swole up there. They played middle linebacker. They even played positions that weren't even out there. The Qs were so big and bad, even the thug dudes like, don't fuck with them. That's what they were. But then you know who would come in? Who would come in? It would be the Noops. The Noops would come in and they'd be like, man, I don't like them pretty boys. That's what would happen, man. The Qs would go from Atomic Dog and all this shit, and then we would roll up in there. And women would just go, Noops, they so sweet. We would come in there with the suspenders and the bow tie, rose, pull out their cane and just start on that smooth out with the R&B tip. And the kids would be over there sweating and shit, looking like, slaves at noonday. And we just, roses are red, violets are blue. But you know what? There was mad respect between the Qs and the Noops. Always. Everywhere I went, mad respect. Every Q I ever met. What's up, Noop? And Noops only call each other Noops. And let me tell you something. You know what the respect was?
Here it is.
Rodney. You said Rodney. There was a Q named Rodney. He's like, you know what?
Okay, he's just over here dropping names. I'm sorry. I really think sometimes I should really just edit these clips before I insert them, because it literally looks like 15 of y'all just got the fuck out of here. But Kevin Samuels was making the point of women will thirst over the really, really attractive guys just because he's attractive and has muscles, and then they will shut down and turn out the nerds, and then all of a sudden wake up one day and say things such as, well, if you gotta have this, and you gotta have that, you gotta have this. But he's basically suggesting that women will adjust themselves depending on who it is and how the guy looks in many cases. And he made it clear, like, he doesn't have pretty privilege. But sometimes a lot of people will adjust what they're willing to do and what they're willing to tolerate, just what a man looks like. Ask any of y'all, I'm sure some of y'all got uncles and siblings and cousins that are baby boys that like literally don't do shit with their fucking lives. Some of y'all probably had a homeboy y'all grew up with at one point that wasn't shit. Ask that boy that used to be a bum how many women that he still had in his phone blowing his shit up. Ask those same boys who never grew up to be men, that were asking bitches for money, being playboys, how much poom did they get? Most of those boys or those guys in your family, those uncles, those cousins, those brothers that y'all have, and those guys y'all went to school with that didn't really amount to shit and don't do nothing but smoke weed all day and show themselves popping bottles, all those boys get tons of fucking poom. And they get a bunch of poom because a lot of these women have an idea that they'll fix them. And that's how they end up with a Wade Wilson, a serial killer that they're eventually putting money on their books. Like, oh, you're a serial killer? It's okay. I'll fix you. I can fix you. And then eventually they all get stuck in this loop of like this savior complex, when in reality, this person who usually knows that you're trying to fix them is not going to change. They're just exploiting you. And then they end up being a homosexual and living off of your resources. And a lot of them usually prey on single moms. Some of them usually prey on single moms that got like 10, 12, 35, 40 kids. Some of them are also doing a lot of other crazy shit where sometimes they'll even prey on, single nurses, like the single fly woman that has a bunch of money but is super lonely because she don't have time to maintain a social life, and he'll just swoop in and be like, I'll be your friend and I'll be your man too. Can I buy your car, bitch? And they end up with women like this, and they end up with men like this, Wade Wilson. Let me read this comment really quickly because this is important. Someone said, real, I'll never forget a dude tried to stay with one of my roomies in college after spring semester because he wasn't from here. Like, why was he sucking dick while she was at work? Yikes. That's a hell of a fucking story. Someone said people tell me and another guy that we couldn't be friends because we were too cute to be friends. And a lot of people felt that way. Yep. Sometimes people think that when you look good, it just feels good to always have somebody on your shoulder. And that's where pretty privilege comes into play. Let me see it. Someone said, I'll never forget that. Someone said this. Do you believe Prince, the singer, dated a teen? I think he definitely did. I mean, he said some very weird and explicit things about how he got her. I believe he got her emancipated. Very weird. Like the Prince, and I forgot her name. I think her name was, what was her name again? Do you remember her name? I think her name was Naima. I don't remember her name, but yeah, Prince definitely did stuff with that teenage girl. He was very infatuated with her. He wrote songs dedicated to her. That song, Most Beautiful Girl in the World, was apparently about her. The song Diamonds and Pearls was about her as well. So I definitely believe that about Prince. You know, he was a pop star. And during that era of the 1970s and 80s and shit, there was that weird rock era where a lot of girls were getting emancipated and they was all backstage being fast. And some of these dudes were predators in this industry. Someone said somebody's homosexual will hurt or unalive the woman when she gets tired and asks them to leave. Yeah. That's why if you let someone stay with you, they can't stay with me for no more than a week. Unless we really, really tight and I know you got somewhere to go afterwards, you cannot stay with me. If you don't got somewhere to go afterwards, you cannot stay with me. I don't play that shit at all because there are homosexuals that will try to exploit women and men. Oh yeah, you said just doodling all in your toilet. Yeah, these men will literally doodle all in your toilet, shit in your toilet. They'll eat your fucking pizza rolls and your pizza pockets. They'll walk around all in your house with their dirty ass shoes. They'll take your car keys to literally go see another whole fucking bitch that they literally are willing to fuck. And sometimes it's not even a pretty bitch. Sometimes it's a big ogre looking bitch that they're literally gonna go out their way to try to fuck, all while literally living off of your resources. Like Wade Wilson, cheating on women, sleeping around with a bunch of other women, charming women with his looks and his smile and his jokes. And he was doodling in all these bitches' toilets. And literally all that food that they was cooking for him, making him feel special, he used that food as fuel and energy to go see somebody else. He used these women's cars to go see somebody else. And guess what? He was able to go on Tinder
1 minute
and reset the cycle. Look at this stuff. These are videos of women who dated him. These are different women, different people who literally were infatuated by this guy, this bad boy who came from a rough upbringing. Fuck. Ugh. I need to learn how to put this shit on the screen on YouTube. Look, videos of these random stupid pick me girls.
I met him on Facebook. He came with me to a gender reveal party, and then we went to Country Thunder with some friends. He came on the road with me for just a few weeks, but I caught him lying, stealing, and cheating on me. So I dropped him off, and that's when Chris picked him up. I had a come to Jesus moment. I was tired of being lonely, so I got a puppy or two. I started college and got on a big health kick. I lost 65 pounds. I completed a 4-year degree in 2. I worked so hard.
Shout out to her.
Hello?
And here's this. This is an interesting clip. Here's him with his ex-girlfriend, one of his other girlfriends.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're good? That's good. Did you get my message?
Yeah.
Did you? What did you think about that?
I mean, we didn't break up because of Sarah.
No, I know that. I didn't say that. But still, what did you think about? Okay, that's true. That's true. But what did you think about the message, though? What did you think? Anything? Do you have anything to say? Because
I mean, it's hard to believe that you would be sorry since you cheated on me with like 8 different women.
that's not true, Kelly. That's not true. It wasn't 8. It was not 8. You just shot a really high number out there. Okay? It was.
Sarah, Brittany,
That's true.
Courtney.
Who?
Courtney, the girl you left me for in the Keys.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. That's right. So 3, I'm just saying, not that I'm right, but 3 is different than 8. Let's just be real.
There's definitely more than 3.
It's not more than... Okay,
That girl, what's that girl's name? That fucking fat Spanish girl.
Fat Spanish. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I count 3. There's 3. You're right.
There's 4.
3. There's 3. But listen.
No.
Listen, there's not 4. There's fucking 3. And there's definitely not 8. And there's not... What made you say 8? That's all I was curious about.
I was thinking about all the other people you dated after me.
Okay, well, that's different. That's different. Hey, listen. So what happened? What happened to you with your shit getting stole or whatever? Like, what happened? You said you.
I trusted another man in my house, and he stole from me.
You're kidding me? Are you serious?
Yeah.
When, like, recently? You did recently?
Yeah. Recently.
Oh my God! And what did he? Where did he run off to?
He's down the road. He just stole my rent money.
He's down the road? What is it? A fucking? Yeah. He's down the road.
I know who he is and where he lives, but I don't
okay.
my money back.
Yeah. I doubt he's gonna give it back to you since he stole it. That's probably not something he's thinking about doing. Well, that sucks really bad. But listen, you know, it could always be worse, you know, for you. Life could always be worse. You could be like me, you know.
Well, you do stupid things and get in jail, so.
No, listen, Kelly, I didn't do a stupid thing, okay? But here's what happened though. But yeah, I got put in jail, so now it fucking sucks.
Listen.
Yeah, again. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that.
Thank you for using TTL.
Look how charming he is. He's like, thanks for reminding me that I'm in jail again. I appreciate that. Just charming, like just trying to use charm and humor to try to like soften you up and make you feel good.
Yeah.
Let's play it again. Not again. Let's play the rest.
I just wanted to make sure. Hey, Sarge. Hey, I just wanted to make sure they weren't gonna leave me like house alone and not let me be around other people. No? Okay. Good. All right. Hello?
Why'd you hang up?
Oh, no. I actually didn't hang up. The phone, like, is plugged into the wall, but the way that it is like the phone is plugged in and the cord has to be hung up high so that the plug stays in the wall.
Okay, why the fuck is this bitch still on the phone is my main question. Like, he's over here telling you, no, I didn't cheat on you at 8, I cheated on you at 3, and she's still on the fucking phone, right? Now, mind you, one of the same girl who, like, so one of his girlfriends ended up having him locked up because there was, like, warrants and shit for his arrest, is the same one that ended up eventually bailing him out, and then she got kidnapped and tied up, sexually assaulted, and then the dude took her phone and sold it for some dope. So it's crazy how some of these girls were still talking to this fucking guy even after this dude. Like, first of all, I think this is the girl in the documentary who said that this man threatened to kill her fucking dog. Basically, he had stole a bunch of puppies in the community. This was also in the documentary. Again, I hope you guys watch it. It's on Netflix, and there's another one on Hulu, and there's some on YouTube. If you don't have Netflix or Hulu, for those who live in different places and don't want to pay for it, there's some on YouTube that are free that some content creators have done. I might do my own separate video as well discussing it. But this man literally said to this woman, I'm going to kill your dog if you don't lie to the sheriff, if you don't lie to the fucking police. Basically, he had stole some neighborhood puppies, and he had like tried to post them on Craigslist to like try to sell them and make a quick profit. And then she had her own dog already. And he said, if you don't tell the police, and I'm gonna put you on 3. If you don't tell the police that, you know, it's all misunderstanding and I didn't steal those puppies, I'm gonna kill your dog right now. Literally said that to this bitch, and this bitch still tried to stay with him. You want to kill my fucking Scooby-Doo? Oh, hell nah. Like, that dude would have been fucking like out of there. But again, some of these women were not thinking. They think that they're in love, but they're truly in lust. They think, how can this sweet, handsome, innocent guy that actually likes me and makes me feel good and dicks me down good treat me this way? He could never. Oh, you're a serial killer? It's okay, I can fix you. And it just becomes an ugly cycle as time goes on.
Wade Wilson.
Let me find this other clip. Give me a second. Let me try to find this for a second. Let's try to find the rest.
Wait a sec.
So I want to get back to the tattoo portion, right? So everybody keeps talking about, oh, he got all these tattoos. So he knew his life was over. He knew he was done. Wade got all these tattoos because he knew that eventually shit was about to add. He knew eventually shit was about to add up for him. So eventually he knew, like, okay, my luck is running out. I'm not going to be here for long. I mean, I'm not going to be free for long. I might as well do what I want. So he, of course, he had to get street cred and blend in. That's why I say, like, people who are narcissistic people who literally thrive off of charming people romantically and swaying them, typically they're like chameleons. They know how to camouflage with their environment. They know how to adapt and read people and figure out what people like and then adapt to that. Someone said so her rent money was stolen and she was still talking to him. Oh my god, I can imagine somebody trying to steal my fucking rent money. Like listen, that's not just like I fucking hate you money. That's pew pew money. Like I'm talking about that's pew pew. You took my money. I'm gonna make sure you're pew pewed. So basically, Blueface did the same thing. When Blueface got locked up, he got a bunch of face tattoos as well. And sometimes people get a bunch of face tattoos. It's a lot deeper than just them wanting to get face tattoos. When people want to get face tattoos, is usually because they want to minimize and dim down how they're viewed and perceived. I did a video about Danger. For those who are millennials or old enough to remember the show, what was it? I forgot what it's called. For the Love of Ray J. There was Monica Denise, who was known as Danger. She had face tattoos because she had also went to jail. And I'll never forget, in an interview, she said a big reason why she got her face tattoo was mostly because she was trying to minimize and dim down how she was perceived. I'm gonna actually play this clip for a second. So let's play it really quickly.
Very good care of her.
Really enjoyed my privacy.
Let me find it. Let me try to find it. She explained why she got face tattoos. And this is part of the reason why you guys will sometimes see very attractive people fuck up their face with face tattoos. Let's try to find it.
Monroe, the popular.
Funny, actually.
Oh wow! Gonna want to know what.
Okay, so this is what Danger from For the Love of Ray J said about why, even though being pretty, she still got a face tattoo. You guys know Monica from For the Love of Ray J, also known as Danger. This is what she said about her face tattoo. Let's play it.
Before, and nobody has ever really seen a reality TV star with a face tattoo before.
This is an old video I did, by the way.
Her would put a tiger on their face. Nobody had really seen anything like that before, and nobody has ever really seen a reality TV star with a face tattoo before. Now, many people don't know this, but her face tat is actually a trauma response. Now, she did an interview a few years ago with Storm Monroe, the popular blogger on YouTube. And in her interview, he asked her about her face tattoo and what would inspire her to put that on her beautiful face. And this was her response. I'd actually, because the people are going to want to know, what inspired the tattoo?
It's funny, actually. You want like the PG version or like the real version?
Give me the real version. Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make myself uglier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought I would have more of a normal life if people were A, afraid of me, or B, just thought me to be unattractive, like less attractive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that at all. Okay.
While she was on the show, unfortunately, most of the cast members did pick on her. So she made it clear, basically, the girl from For the Love of Ray J said that although putting a tattoo on her pretty face definitely causes a lot of attention and questions, she says part of getting a face tattoo felt like taking her power back, but it actually didn't work in her favor. It actually made people a lot more drawn to her, and she said this in interviews. It made people more drawn and intrigued by her because how can she be so pretty and yet put a face tattoo on her face? You know what I mean? Somebody pointed out something interesting. Somebody says she hates black women and we didn't do anything to her. Okay, I'll be honest with you. So this is random. I'm shifting gears for a little bit. I'm shifting gears. I know I'm shifting gears. So basically, yes. So she did say some anti-black things because if y'all didn't know, she's biracial. I think she's black and Mexican to be exact. So she's obviously black and she's also Mexican. And then, some people in my chat are saying they have no sympathy for her because even though she was like assaulted and went through a lot in life, I remember she went viral for saying some very heinous and fucked up things about black people. So let's put this way.
Discussing her mixed heritage and how she feels like.
I'm going to actually show you guys the clip for what you guys who are referring to. Like, y'all are like, what is she talking about? So this is it.
Black side plays a role on why her life is in shambles.
I had just married a nice white boy from my neighborhood growing up or from my church.
and lived in the suburbs and finished college, yeah, I'd probably be a doctor or a lawyer, and I probably would have had a totally normal, wonderful life. I wouldn't have been in the hospitals. I wouldn't have been in the jails or the prisons. I wouldn't have gotten attacked. And 100% of the people who attacked me were Black. 100% of them were Black. 100% of the people that I've had to fight were Black. 100% of the people that watch that show that are already, with just being on social media again, are saying fucked up shit. And you know, what's interesting about this whole thing, right, is had I not been so empathetic to the Black situation, and had I not really just known about the history and read so many books in college. I read Elaine Brown's book. She's a Black Panther. My Black family members treated me the worst, not the other races. And Black people in my schools and in the community treated me the worst, and still do. I hate you. I do. I hate you. And why would I not? Why would I not hate you? Look what you've done to me. Look how you've ruined my fucking life. You can't blame slavery. That shit was a long fucking time ago, Sweet Pea. You cannot blame the police. You're animals. If you weren't fucking animals, you wouldn't be getting murdered like animals.
Danger got on the reality TV show For the Love of... So yeah, I remember when I did the video, the whole comment section was about, oh, fuck this bitch. I don't care about what she's been through in her childhood. She's talking about Black people, this, but yeah, that was an old video I did almost 2 years ago. How long ago was that video? This was definitely over the summer at one point. Oh wow, yeah, okay. So this was like a year and like 10 months ago. That video did really well. So definitely check out that video about Danger from For the Love of Ray J. It ranked really high. I'm very proud of that video. I worked on it for a while. It took a lot to do that video. We hate you too. Mwah. No bars. Anyways. Someone said, yikes, what did I walk into? She's Black too? Yeah, she is. She's Black and Mexican. Who even is she, LOL? She was a popular reality TV star. Someone said, I don't think she's that pretty. She was pretty back in the day. That's what y'all don't understand. She was like a pretty girl way back in the day. Like, she was popular on reality television. Like, she was popular because she dated Ray J for a little bit. She ended up, I don't think she won the show, but she was popular because of how strikingly pretty she is. Like, she is a pretty girl. And then her tattoo, that's what really got her really on. And then she also was dating, I think, Nick Cannon's brother. She had a baby with Nick Cannon's brother. And this is her. She had like gorgeous, beautiful, big green eyes and a big ass face tattoo. And guess what? She was a fucking terrible human being. Like, she did some really awful, terrible shit to people. Like, I'm talking about like awful. Like, I'm talking about like legitimately like try to burn shit down, commit arson. Her mugshot also famously went viral as well. She has a very popular mugshot. Let's see. Ooh, let's turn off the captions. So this is one of her infamous mugshots. Let me try to find it real quick. So this is her mugshot. I'm sure most of you have seen this before. She had a mugshot. She committed arson. She also had a point in time where she kind of had her kids taken away. She also had beef with the Nick Cannon family because Nick Cannon's family, she had a baby with Nick Cannon's brother. And then unfortunately she ended up like not having full custody anymore because she ended up having to go to a crazy house, which is a long story. I don't want to talk too much about it because again, this is like old, early 2000s, late 2010s pop culture tea that you guys could watch in my video that I talked about. But because she was so pretty, people kind of like still give her a slap on the wrist for a lot of stuff. I mean, now life hasn't been so kind to her, but we'll talk about that in the video that you can watch later because that's an old topic. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Someone said, did you see the 90 Day Fiance couple, Angela and Michael? I don't watch 90 Day Fiance, but what I will say is a lot of those stupid women who decide to sit down and marry these immigrant men and not get anything in return, they eventually get what they sign up for because, I mean, listen, I don't mind getting married one day, but in my perspective, this is just my perspective. And again, I don't make shit about myself. I got to make sure I benefit. Like, if I marry some dude or anybody, or they got to be like, I got to make sure I'm set for life, okay? Like, they got to be like they got to be like married into royalty or some shit. Like, I'm talking about, I got to be married. Like, I got to make sure I get like some citizenship. You know what I would really like? You know what I would really like? No offense. No, listen, I don't want to offend anyone that's from like Italy or like Ireland or Spain. If I marry somebody, it'd be nice if they had a European passport because then I can apply for that Spanish citizenship. And you know they get in Spain. In Spain, like obviously, like I don't do traditional work, but if you even work at McDonald's or Burger King and you live in Spain, if you work full time, you get automatic 30-day vacation. Like you get paid vacation for 30 days just because you're a Spain citizen or resident. Even if you're even if you're like studying in school, like if you're studying and you have residency in Spain because you're a student there or some shit, or you're like trying to get citizenship one day, they give you 30-day automatic vacation. I'm like, what the fuck? I would have loved to grow up in Spain. We don't have shit like that in America where we have like automatic included full-time job. You automatically have to get a fucking 30-day vacation. I'm like, no wonder Spanish people are always fucking traveling the fucking world. No wonder I'm always seeing these young girls and these young guys from fucking Spain who work at fucking hotels or restaurants traveling and going from country to country to country all over Africa and Spain and shit. Like, no wonder I be seeing these Germans and shit who are like mad young traveling and shit or going to South Africa and ransacking Cape Town and shit. They literally get their little fucking PTO. I'm like, you know what? If I marry somebody, they got to be an Irish person, Italian person, or a Spanish person, or a French person, or what else? Oh, a Switzerland person. So that way I can apply, try to get that little residency, get my residency, live in the country, and say, hey, this is my residency card. I'm literally married to a Swiss person. He married me and shit. Definitely give me that, permanent residency card. I mean, I have that permanent residency card. Give me those benefits. I'm gonna go in. I don't feel like paying for healthcare in America. Well, let me just take a flight real quick and get it for free over there. Or, well, let me just go over there real quick and go live in Switzerland, and they just give me a fucking paycheck just because I'm fucking from Switzerland. You know what I mean? I would never want to trade being from America. I would never give America. I love being American. Okay. The good thing about America is what we don't realize. Yeah, it's fucking expensive as hell to live here, and there's a lot going on in America that got all of us pissed off about our country. But there's a lot of pros to being American. Like sometimes you go to countries and your money goes insanely fucking far. Like I grew up thinking that places like Italy was mad expensive. Take your US dollars or your British pounds or your Canadian money to Italy, you'll be like, oh wow, this is not that bad. No offense to those who are Italian, because I know a lot of y'all who live in Italy are just like inflation got us fucked up. But your money goes pretty far in Italy. I was actually really surprised when I would go to Italy. Yeah, it's not that cheap if you're like in Rome and shit like that. But if you go to like the other cities, or if you're like Ubering around and paying for food and buying wine, you can get you a nice glass of wine and a nice pizza for like a nice little big thick ass like thing of pizza on a cutting board for like $6, $7. I'm like, oh. So I would marry someone where if I can get their citizenship, give me your European citizenship so I can get a second passport. Or if I marry someone, I got to make sure I can get their passport as well. So this is my thing to anyone else. Don't tell nobody. I told you, like, again, like, don't be telling nobody this. Okay, like, don't go around telling nobody. This is between me and y'all. If I ever marry somebody, I have to. It's only going to be someone where I can also get your citizenship as well. I probably wouldn't marry in America, but it has to be somewhere where I can get your citizenship and get pro. Like if you're not wealthy, like if you're not wealthy or have a bunch of shit going on that I can also grow from as well, I want your citizenship. I want to be able to get your citizenship. Like for example, I think if you marry like even like somebody from fucking like Argentina or something like that, you can get that citizenship, and I could be able to live there and eat off of there and get this and get that and get pros and be able to buy land easily. Like some countries don't even allow it, where like your spouse can automatically become naturalized over time. Sometimes it's like a weird bureaucratic process, and then some countries make it easy. I'm like, look, if you're Irish, we'll get married and I get your Irish citizenship and I get all these pros and cons, and then I can have kids and my kids can get this and that, and then we could bounce between from America and then take our American money. That I got the whole thing planned out, hence why I probably won't even really care to get married unless it actually benefits me. But that's just something that I usually keep to myself. That's usually table talk. Don't go around telling that to people. Anyways, back to serial killers. Let me read some of these. Someone said, I'm moving to Spain ASAP. America is getting robbed. Funny, right? Someone said, "We are the machines that keep it going. America's ghetto. Love you, choice. Like the videos. Like America's a third world country." I mean, our money just goes far in other places. That's the only thing I can say. Yes, of course, Einstein. We know Africa's a continent. Of course, I've been to the African continent many times. I've been to, let's see, one, two, three, probably more African countries than the average person. I've been to, let's see, I've been to about 4 African countries. Let's see. I can understand, but she's entitled to feel how she feel. Well, with danger, okay, yeah, good point. 436 likes. Can we get to 500? Matter of fact, can we get to 1,000,000 likes? That'll be nice. If you're watching the playback and watching this now, please feel free to just give a like. Someone said, wow, that's an interesting checklist. It's funny how y'all mentioned Japan. I want a Japanese husband, LOL. Listen, if you can get a Japanese husband and get that Japanese citizenship, there's so many pros to that. A Japanese passport opens so many doors. Honestly, I'll marry anyone who I like and I feel like will benefit me in terms of like of course, like I'm not gonna marry someone I don't fucking like. Like if we're cool, we get along, yeah, we cool. But like I want to be a citizen in your spot too, so that way I can like hop and like sleep on this couch and eat here and eat there. You know what I mean? What happened to your Duolingo streak? So entiendo un poco español, pero necesito más practicar. Español is the thing about Spanish is that you can't learn it from just using Duolingo. Like I had to actually start reading books. So I actually have books, like textbooks that I read that have short stories and poems and riddles and shit like that, and then random little short stories, just as an example. And I read Portuguese. I'm trying to learn Portuguese because I do like going to Brazil and I do like visiting Spanish speaking countries. So I try to read as much as possible in Portuguese and in Spanish just so I could comprehend and understand the language. Someone said, yeah, they be having gay saunas all night. They be getting down in Japan. I never even knew Japan had that kind of stuff. That's so interesting. I want me a Kiri Kazumu, okay? That's funny. Yes, drop the cup, spoon, Deets choice. This is from Amazon. I guess just type teacup, flower teacup, and then you'll just see it. Glass, see-through flower teacup. They have gay all-night spas in all major cities. That's so it's interesting to find out. Because I just limit it to like you would only see stuff like that in like maybe Germany or Italy or Spain, like Europe countries, and obviously sex positive countries like Brazil or Colombia and Thailand. And then also there's a bunch of brothels in Colombia too. Like a lot of these men, there's a lot of passport bros. They get down in Colombia. Like every time I'm on my flight to Colombia, I see them. They be having the gold chains. They Spanish be terrible, but these Colombian girls will flock to them. These Colombian girls have no problem flocking to these American or Canadian men that come over there, or these British men that come over there to try to get their attention because they're getting more from them than they're getting from men in their own country that aren't making as much. It reminds me of the Jeffrey Dahmer situation on Netflix docuseries. Korean men are better and bigger than Japanese men. Oh, you speaking from experience. That's interesting. Someone said, even more luckily if your parents are immigrants and immigrate to the US and get dual citizenship for free, at least, and the rest you have to pay. Good point. A lot of us can't even travel state to state because it's so dang expensive. Yeah, traveling from New York City to California is expensive as fuck. Even if you got to travel from fucking like California to Oregon, it's just pricey. But honestly, it's not that hard to find cheap flights if you live in a major city and if you use Google Flights. Some of y'all want to stay low to airlines, hence why y'all can't find affordable flights. But try Google Flights. Google Flights is basically the Google of airlines. You just type in where you want to go. Sometimes you can type in your destination. Like basically you type in like this. Let's say you're in Arizona. Typing that you're in Arizona, and then if it says where to, just type anywhere and just let Google Flights show you flights all over the States or all over the world. And you'll see some affordable flights. It just does all the research for you. It checks the algorithms and everything. So just try Google Flights. Somebody said, please answer Wendy's question. Wendy, please stop spamming if you're watching this. Let me see. It reminds me of situation Jeffrey Dahmer. Hey, Choice. Hey, what's up? Spanish is hard to retain when you don't have anyone to speak with. It can be. That's why going to a Spanish-speaking country helps a lot. It reminds me of a situation with the Dahmer Netflix docuseries. Hello, applause. Oh my God, you keep spamming it. Wendy, can you please stop? I would really appreciate if you stopped. If you don't stop, Wendy, I'm gonna make sure I stop making sure your comments are showing. So stop spamming. You've done this the last live. Don't do it again, please. Thank you. Like the live, y'all. Thank you for the super chat, Russell Jones. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yes, y'all, please like the live. I'm going hard. I really want to do more videos. Like, there's more videos I want to do, but I don't know. I want to do a video talking about Natalie Nunn getting phased out by Zeus Network. I talked a lot on this live. I talked a lot. Like, literally, I spent the whole 1 hour and a half literally going in. And I appreciate everyone for sticking around. I might, because I actually intentionally got on live very, very early, just so I can hold on, my fucking. Oh. Sorry, y'all. I had to charge my fucking phone. Sorry, had to charge my phone. But I've been sitting on here on live, and I want to maybe stay here for like 3-4 hours. Why not? I've already been here for a while. So once I reminds me of the situation with the. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Wendy. You are annoying me. Somebody said, I want to go to Colombia and just observe passport bros because they are a sad group, LOL. Oh, if you go to Colombia, you'll see them. Colombia is a really great place. I recommend y'all go. It's pretty safe if you stay in the big cities. Bogota is no different than going to New York City. Medellin is no different than going to fucking Houston. You just got to make sure you have street smarts and you'll be fine. But you'll mostly be fine. You know, just always look at the price and try to understand the currency before you tap to pay things, because most of South America is tap to pay. A lot of South American countries like Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil, even Venezuela, a lot of places, they take cash, yeah, but a lot of them mostly take card because it saves time and money and energy. Someone's yep, that's true. Dominican Republic, there are a lot of passport bros, gay and straight. Dominican Republic too. It's really sad because many of these girls can't afford school, so they're forced to live that life. Yeah, a lot of girls in Dominican Republic are hookers, and there's a lot of beautiful women there that are hookers, and they do what they have to do, and they are willing to marry and get with a foreigner so they can get out of their bad situation. And some of those women are smart; they're getting something out of it. I don't think it's sad. I think it's sad that their opportunities are limited. That's what's sad. I don't think it's sad that they're doing what they're doing for work. There's nothing to shame about what they're doing. They're getting something in return. They're stimulating somebody sexually, and they're already getting something that they want in return from these men. These men are giving them money, giving them passports, giving them trips, buying them stuff, and sometimes it works out and benefits them so they can take care of their kids and feed themselves. It's too high to travel in your own city. Try the bus, try the train. You can travel cheaply if you maybe take the bus or the train. I never shop straight in the airline. Google Flights or Hopper or Booking. Exactly. I signed up for Groupon Mystery Vacation in Oregon. Thank you so much. 460 likes. I appreciate that. Thank you, Whitney Brown, for always keeping me updated. You always give me so many updates about the likes. I appreciate that. And thank you, Nani Campbell. I appreciate that. My man from the DR, he's watching this with me. Hey, I love that. I love that. But yes, if you go to Dominican Republic, there is a plethora of passport bros. You know what's so crazy about going to the DR? I learned this like very quickly, that the reason why there's a lot of passport bros is because what's interesting is it's a very sex positive place. So a lot of the guys that you see on TikTok and YouTube and shit like that, like they promote it. Like it's promoted to like go over there because the Dominican women like get crazy, they go crazy. I'm trying to find this one video that I found. Speaking of that, Colombia, you see them on 10. Like, I'm not gonna lie. When I was on my flight to Colombia, there was this white guy. He was like maybe in his mid-30s. There was this white guy that I met on my flight. I forgot what his name was, but he was cool. I spoke to him like towards the end. And basically, I was talking to him, and he said, like, yeah, like I'm here in Colombia. He didn't speak any fucking Spanish. I was like, ¿Tú hablas español? He's like, no, not at all. I'm like, wait, you're going? He's like, yeah, like I met this girl online. I have this girlfriend that I met in Colombia that I know from Colombia. I met her on Instagram. She's like really beautiful, and you know we've been talking for a long time. And he said I've gone to see her numerous times and everything. And you know right now, like sometimes you know we're working on that. And I was just like, Working on what? He was like, well, we're working on like, bringing her to America so she can come in America and live in America. When I get to the airport, her family's going to come pick me up and everything. And right now we're just working on trying to get her out of Colombia and bring her to America because I live in Georgia and it's just hard to do the whole long distance thing. And I'm like, I'm not mad at him. If he found love, he found love. But some of these Colombian women and some of these, even these Dominican women, they're smarter than the dudes. Like, they're hustlers. They know how to get what they want. And they're not scared to like have to like switch up their dating roster, and they're not scared to give up their whole life if it means they can go to a whole other country and benefit. Let me find this shit really quickly. Give me a minute. Let me see. Passport, bro. Let me find it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do another video about this. I'm gonna do the video. Let me find this. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it. Give me a minute. 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 You always hear those horror stories of these passport bros getting like drugged up and kidnapped and getting set up by these Colombian women and these Dominican women. And most people usually don't feel bad for them because in many cases, a lot of them are coming to a third world country, not fully ready, not fully prepared. And it makes me kind of disappointed that some people don't feel bad for them, because if the roles were reversed and if it was a woman going out there to go meet a guy and she got killed, people would give her all types of sympathy. But with men, people don't really give them much sympathy. I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. Oh, they're in the Philippines too. Let me try to find it. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is.
So can you cook? Can you cook?
Yes, I can cook.
Tell him.
I'm sorry. I don't know if this is the Philippines or the video I was looking for, but here's a good example of the passport bro that you meet on YouTube, that you see them. This is it.
Tell him. So can you cook? Can you cook?
Yes, I can cook. I can clean.
Yeah, see, this is why I came to Thailand, to find a traditional woman. See, in the United States, women don't cook and clean. All they do is complain. And we don't got time for that. That's why I got my passport, and I've left the United States to come seek a wife to have a traditional relationship. So tell him. So can you cook? Can you cook?
Yes, I can cook. I can clean.
Yeah, see, this is why I came to Thailand, to find a traditional woman. See, in the United States, women don't cook and clean. All they do is complain. And we don't got time for that. That's why I got my passport, and I've left the United States to come seek a wife to have a traditional relationship. So tell him. So can you cook? Can you cook?
Yes, I can cook. I can clean.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys like that. I've met passport bros in Dominican Republic. Oh, there's a bunch of them. When I go to Dominican Republic, it'd be a group of them. They'd be like in groups. They'd be having their big old chains on. And Dominican Republic is mostly safe if you're like in the capital and if you're in Punta Cana. But it'd be groups of them with chains and watches and jewelry, and they just be eyeing and looking for all the women wearing the tight dresses. And they know because they're American, they usually can get most of the women that they actually want. And some of these women will actually give them what they want too, because, I mean, passport privilege is real. You don't realize it until you go to a foreign country, that the minute you say that you're from Estados Unidos or Canada or Francia or any country that people perceive as wealthy with great healthcare and great opportunities, people project fantasy onto you, and people are more inclined to talk to you and give you a shot. Let me see. I'm sorry. Some of y'all are making me laugh with these comments about that guy I showed y'all. Yep, there goes your competition, ladies. You said she gonna leave him for somebody, grandpa. These videos are such a bait. That's a lie. I was like, someone said, "Shut up," in my choice voice. That's funny. Someone said you should do a video about Scotty with the baby and Lemmy if you haven't already. I will definitely.
You've heard of passport?
I'm trying to find the other video.
need to quit trusting women so much. I have a chick in Colombia, and I have a chick in every country I've been to now. I stopped trusting women so much. I don't care what continent they're on. It's not just U.S. women. And another thing that
Oh, I'm trying to find this. Give me a second.
Those guys cannot afford a meal.
American women didn't want me, so I came to the jungles of Latin America.
Okay, let me play this clip. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to find that video. I'm trying to find it. Oh, Jesus, if I can take the wheel. It's crazy how TikTok will sometimes mute shit. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. Okay, so there's like 700 people in here. How many likes do we have now? That'd be nice. If we can hit like 600, honestly, even 500 is cool. It's been a good fucking run. I'm trying to find this shit. Hold on.
So I've been going around court.
Passport.
American women didn't want passport.
Okay.
American.
Here we go. Let me try to play. I'm sorry.
American.
I'm gonna play this video.
American women didn't want me, so I came to this deserted island somewhere in Latin America, met this indigenous girl with a low body count who likes to cook, and all these salty women are going to be commenting on this post. And even those American women didn't want me, believe me, the feeling was mutual because we're going to have this indigenous princess. Why on earth would I want to deal with combativeness and masculinity? So you guys, back home, you're not being appreciated in your home country. It's not new. You are not the problem. Get your passports. Meet you a nice indigenous girl, like I said, with low body count who likes to cook.
I'm sure that was satire, but it's the kind of stuff you see. There's a bunch of them.
Beautiful, honestly.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
No,
tú eres más bonita.
Sonrisa is mine? Perfecto. La tuya.
¿Qué te gusta de mí?
Tu sonrisa. Tu personalidad.
And these guys are living their life. They're living their life. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We try to find it. Let me try to find it. Let me see. I know there's another video. Some of these videos are always getting flagged. Okay, I'm sorry. So for all my Spanish speakers, you guys might get a laugh out of this. Listen to this. This is an old video.
¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Venezuela. USA. Yes. Unidos Estados. USA. I don't know how to say it.
No sabes hablar español.
Poquito español. Venezuela. Bonita mujer. You got WhatsApp? Okay. Mine don't work good. ¿Cómo se llama?
Lorena.
Okay, me llamo Marquis. Me llamo Marquis.
Marcos.
Yes.
Marcos.
Yes, sure.
O Marcos. En español, Marcos.
Marcos en español. En Venezuela.
En Venezuela, Marcos.
Okay.
Más uno.
Yes. Yes. Close enough. Yep. Good enough. Good. You see. Yes.
Okay.
You are beautiful. Yes. See. Text you later. Hold on. ¿De dónde eres?
So yeah, there's a lot of men like that. When I was in Colombia, when I was in Medellin, you see a bunch of them. You see a bunch of them in Dominican Republic, Medellin, a bunch of them in Brazil. A lot of those men are always looking and fiending for like the Brazilian girls, and they do stuff like that. And I'm not mad at them at all. I don't have no problem with them at all because they're there to be on vacation to have fun. But I always, sometimes will say this is like, you saw that look on that girl's face. She knows, oh, cha-ching. If the roles were reversed and she was in a different place, she probably wouldn't have even given him a shot. But because of where he's from, because he's foreign, she's gonna give him a shot, and she gets something out of it. You know what I mean? Like on average, even if she is a hooker, I'm not saying she is. Those dudes that are in her own country are probably gonna give her about like $35, literally for a 1 hour session. This guy would probably give her about a good $80. That trumps literally all the fucking dudes that she has to fucking deal with in her own country. Let me see. Anyways. Oh my God. Thanks for the super chat. No face, no case. Duh. Choice, I could see you on 90 Day Fiance. You're hilarious. Most pretty boys are not ambitious. They don't have to be. From mommy to all, women simply fall all over them. So they don't really have to aspire of much of anything. Yeah, because their looks kind of get them already far. That's why I say, like, if someone is smart and has good looks, most likely they probably weren't always good looking. They probably were the ugly duckling. Like a lot of you watching this that probably are attractive and smart, you probably were the ugly duckling growing up and had to invest more energy into actually being smart and being a productive person. Or you might be one of the few people that actually did invest into being smart and been pretty your whole life. Let me see. Is she gonna be a white? She gonna find a white king? It's always a lame ass dude. Oh well, she gonna find herself a zaddy. That's funny. He looks tired. Indigenous. She doesn't even understand him. They got gonorrhea and girl Nadia. Embarrassing. She likes the wallet. Notice how she sized him up and looked at his shoes in the clip when he said he was from Estados Unidos. It's Estados Unidos. He said USA. It's sad and losers back home. 500. These girls, since they hit their teens, they start dating older men and get papers so they can leave, for example, Colombia. Yeah, a lot of girls you see in Miami, a lot of girls you see in New York City, they found them a nice, sexy daddy. Well, no, they found them an old, raggedy daddy or a lame daddy who managed to give them papers, give them visas, give them paperwork, and get them out of their bad situation. And I'm not mad at them. They did exactly what they needed to do so that way they can get out of their situation. That's why sometimes people look at these women and think, oh, poor women, these passport bros ain't shit. These passport bros are actually giving these girls opportunities. They're expanding their worldview more than a lot of the dudes in their country can. That's why I don't date. 502. The donde eres is all he knows. Looking for a low body count. You're trash at pleasing women and don't want any. So this person said, if you're looking for a woman with a low body count, that means you're trash at pleasing women and don't want an experienced one to know. That's a good point. I never thought about it like that. Because sometimes dudes, especially the dudes that you see on these podcasts, like the fresh and fit dudes, like I enjoy sometimes watching these people because it's fun to like hate watch it. Because it's like I don't agree with it, but it's the most entertaining thing in the world to watch them argue with people with the brain cells of a bag of quarters. So it makes sense that sometimes people want a girl with a low body count because they see it as, I don't want her to like have experience. Like, what if she had a big King Kong and then this dude comes out of nowhere and he has like a shrimp fucking dick and has poor stroke and all that stuff? Like, I can see why some dudes would probably be intimidated at your body count. And it's crazy because I'm not gonna lie, the whole "what's your body count" question is so fucking creepy and weird. You know what I mean? Like, has any of y'all ever actually experienced that, or is that just on the internet? Like, do dudes actually go around asking women what their body count is? That's really creepy. I remember Shara 7 literally said in a video that if someone ever asks you that, just be like, "What's your mom's body count?" Because it's such a weird question to ask somebody how many they like, unless you're their doctor or it's relevant. Asking somebody who they slept with is crazy. How many they've been with is crazy. He sounded like a damn fool. I would have laughed in his face. Unido Exodus. I'm sorry. You'll like the live immediately. Yes, please like the live. So they have to pay. I pay the dude if he's serious. Exactly. There are plenty of females on the same exact ethnicity here in America, but these dudes aren't attracting them. Very true. So they're paying for X. Some of them are paying for sex. A lot of them are just interested in just dating women, and some of them are able to just trick out on a girl easily because Colombia is mad cheap. Colombia is so cheap that if I were to take you out to dinner, yes, you watching this, if I wanted to be like, okay, let's go get some dinner, let's get some beans and rice and some steak, or some beans and rice and some chicken with a nice Coke on the side for both of us, or a nice water on the side, that whole meal for both of us would literally cost about like literally $10 for both of us. $10. You get a platter, I get a platter, you get a drink, I get a drink, $10. So that goes far. In Colombia, it's cheaper than a lot of countries in South America and most countries in general. You can go to a place like Colombia and you can get a nice, decent apartment for like $400 a month, $500 a month, and you'll be hovering over the beach. That's how affordable Colombia can be. Someone said I'm scared to go to Venezuela. I'm gonna be a lesbian, laugh my ass off. You know what's so crazy that you mentioned Venezuela? I actually plan on going to Venezuela. Venezuela's definitely been on my list for the longest time. They recently allowed travel in Venezuela, which is funny. Not funny, but interesting nowadays, because I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the one decent things Trump has done lately. The Venezuela thing is actually really cool. So now there's flights coming in and out of Venezuela, coming to America, and that wasn't a thing for the longest time, but now it is. So that's good. So let me see. Hold on, let me find it. So let me see. Let me try to find it. I'm trying to find the video.
Babe, did we order this food? I didn't see.
I'm trying to find this clip.
Cheese.
Passport.
You know, we didn't get one.
I'm trying to find this clip.
This is how.
Ooh. Don't want to play no copyrighted shit, so I'm not going to play that fucking video. They obviously don't pass Spanish class in high school. Yeah, definitely didn't. You would think the girls overseas have been warned about passport bros. They won't be warned about, well, they are. I mean, yes and no, but let's be real. Like, some of these girls don't care for passport bros, but a lot of them, listen, people are people. Like, a lot of people are opportunists, man. Times are tough, okay? If somebody want to, like, sell some pom-pom and they want to do all types of weird shit to, like, get what they got to get, do something strange for some change, let them do it. Some of these women don't got to be warned about nothing because they're getting something in return. I'm not mad at these women at all. If it's easy to find a wife in Venezuela, then I'm going for real. I'm definitely going to go check out Venezuela. I really do love Venezuelan people, the culture. I love Venezuelan food. I grew up in Miami, Florida, for those who don't know. I live in California. I've lived in LA for many years, but I'm from Miami, Florida, and I grew up around a lot of Venezuelans, eating their food, eating their pastries, learning about their culture. I just have always wanted to go. Someone said, so I definitely want to go and check it out. So even though it's like some of y'all are saying that it's dangerous, I'll definitely go because now it went from a level 4 when it came to travel in America, and it's now gone down to a level 3, which tells me they're really trying to open up Venezuela. Venezuela has so much diverse climate. There's deserts, there's fresh hot springs where you can get water from, there's crystal blue Caribbean beaches. It's a very diverse climate country. So I definitely want to go and see what the tea is over there. Is check-in effect a passport, bro? Shit, he might be. I'm about to get a passport, girl. I need to find someone to settle down with ASAP. It's a come up. Yep, our dollar's worth more than more now. Our money goes far if you're from the U.S. or you're from America. Myra from Fresh and Fit admitted to never making a woman orgasm. That is so interesting, and you'd be surprised. So most women have never experienced an orgasm, probably because I guess for a lot of people, most people, when people are being intimate, it's for the other person. But I think some women are too infatuated by the idea of trying to pleasure their male partner. So some women have gone their whole lives without ever having an orgasm, and they never will. I remember B. Simone said on a podcast, and this stirred a lot of controversy back then, she's never had an orgasm in her entire life. And I had people like, wait, what? So what are you doing? And I think because maybe she's asexual, maybe she's on the asexual spectrum, because I can relate to that. And maybe to some degree, she's also just not that into sex. Or maybe she just has always been with the same person. They just couldn't please her for many years. Or maybe she hasn't had that many partners. Let me see. Thanks for the super chat again. I appreciate you. Thanks for the second super chat. These passport bros. Let's see. Someone said, I would say that I'm a big 304 if a guy ever asks. Someone said, yep, 2 guys asked me about my body count. I looked at them like they were mentally ill. Yes, I've had people ask me what my body count is, but then again, I do corn for a living. Okay, well, that makes sense. If you do X-rated content, it makes sense people ask you that, but still, that's a little bit cringe. It's just online. A man who generally wants you doesn't even want to think about you ever being with another man. He would never ask that ish. That's why I say a lot of these dudes are revenge of the nerds. Like when I think about the fresh and fit guys and the things they do and say to women, it's revenge of the nerd. It's nerds that used to get rejected by all the pretty girls in school, and then they wake up one day and they realize, holy shit, I have a platform. I'm going to finally humble the women and get back at the women that rejected me. Let me find this shit. Hold on.
Today, I met a passport bro and I pulled off the biggest time of my life.
Here's what I learned being a passport bro. Being a single American guy in South America, I sometimes post stuff like that, but this, you have an accent. American, I learned being a passport.
Yeah, when you're a passport bro, people fetishize you and they exoticize you a lot. Because in their head, well, not even a passport bro, when you're a traveler, you go to a third world country, you're exoticized, especially when you have a Western accent. Like you're from England or Canada or France, or you're from the USA, you're seen as exotic. So even women watching this, if you were to go to a foreign country, people would exoticize you if you were trying to date around. Like if you think you're ugly, go to a different country, you might not be that ugly or that unattractive to somebody else. Because sometimes people are attracted to things that feel different. We should start asking males their body count. We should. They want to ask. They want to date a product that belongs to the cartel. Listen, some of these women will probably get you killed. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of these dudes who are passport bros, they need to watch the movie Hostel, because I'll never forget those dudes in the movie Hostel. They were passport bros, and they went to a whole other country to find sexy, beautiful women just to have fun with. And then guess what? These sexy, beautiful women ended up setting them up to be killed. Y'all remember that movie Hostel? Did y'all ever watch that? Good night, everybody. I love the live today. By choice. Goodbye, Antoinette. Hope you watched the playback. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Come back soon. Watching from Jamaica. Thank you, Farmer Girl Jess. I love your country. I need to go back to Jamaica. I went to Montego Bay, but like I didn't really like it. It was just too touristy. Well, maybe because it was the area I was in. But I went to Kingston and I loved Kingston. It just felt more authentic to me, less touristy. And that was the first Jamaica city I ever went to. And it was just so much fun. Oh my God, I loved Kingston. Kingston was lit. I got to go back to Jamaica very soon. It's getting a little bit more expensive. Like I remember I went the second time and I was like, wait, that's not bad, but that's like a little more expensive than I expected it to be. Even like going to the grocery store, I went to Mega Mart, which is like their version of Walmart, and it is so expensive in there. I was like, how the fuck are y'all affording these groceries? Like this is like same price as America type shit. How do you keep the weight off? You look great, by the way. Thank you so much, Keandra Morgan. How I keep the weight off? So I don't drink a lot of sugary drinks. Like sometimes I'll indulge in some juice and some soda because like why not? But most times I just don't drink a lot of juice and soda. Like I drink a lot of water. Like even right now, like I'm drinking some tea. But what really helped is, like I said, I've eaten sea moss. So I guess just screen record it so you don't forget. Like just go on Amazon, buy you some sea moss, turn it into gel, or just add like little scoops of the sea moss powder into your tea. I recommend sea moss powder because it goes longer, it goes a long way. Sea moss powder, sea moss gel, just consume it every day. And then what also helps a lot is deleting the food delivery apps. People always ask me that, but then these are the same people that, and I'm so happy there were so many people in here. There was like 700 people here at some point, but of course many people left. But anyways, you have to delete the food delivery apps. You know what I mean? Like, delete the food delivery apps. I'm not gonna lie. With the way that the world is going now, sometimes I go through food delivery apps and I just be like, "Ugh, never mind." Ooh, like I'll be on food delivery apps and it's like so fucking expensive to fucking like just order a fucking sandwich. Like, how does this sandwich that's like $12 go from $12 to, if I want to add a drink and some condiments, go from $12 to $60? It makes me not even want to fucking do it anymore. Ugh. Speaking of that, my juice that I ordered from Amazon just got here. I definitely need to go get that. Someone said, Choice, what's a Miami 10 since you're from there? Okay, since I'm from Miami, everybody keeps like, that's like a common thing people keep bringing up. A Miami 10, if I had to just, so this, it's all subjective, but a Miami 10, people usually look at this when they talk about women. Someone like, who's a good example of a Miami 10? A Miami 10 is someone that looks like Young Miami. Young Miami is what people would define as a Miami 10. She's from Miami and she has a snatched hourglass figure because of surgery and like going under the knife and then, you know, getting her body done. And she's a pretty girl. She's what people would consider a Miami 10. Well, I'll be honest with you, Miami's also very like diverse, and everybody has their own version of what they think a 10 is. If we're not talking about someone like Young Miami, we're talking about someone like Mia Khalifa, like the Eurocentric standards of beauty. Like basically, Miami is ran by Hispanics. Like there's Black Hispanics in Miami too, and mixed Hispanics, but a lot of people in Miami are like, a lot of clubs, they cater towards the Barbie blonde Hispanic girls. And back then it was just the slim trim girls. Now it's like the busty girls with like the full lip injections and the big breasts. Like someone like Mia Khalifa, but with a bunch of ass shots. Like that's what people would consider Miami 10. Miami has definitely put Eurocentric standards of beauty, but with like big ass and big hips on a pedestal. So basically, if you're going to Miami, you'll have a great time. You'll have a really good time. But if you don't have pretty privilege, don't expect to go there and get a bunch of free shit. Like if you're like mid in your own hometown, or you're not, you know, that easy on the eyes, some girls be thinking they're gonna go to Miami and get free stuff, and then they get humbled real quickly. Even the clubs sometimes, like they'll be like, "Sorry, we're in full capacity," which in reality means this: sorry, you're not famous, and you also don't have a nice enough body and a pretty enough face, so we're not letting you in. So people in Miami will play weird little politic games where they'll just purposely not let you in somewhere just because you're not Eurocentric standards of beauty and you don't have like a BBL and a set of full fucking injected silicone tits or lips. So I hope that answers your question. It's subjective. Venezuela is very diverse in all ways. Yeah, Venezuela is diverse. Yeah, I've met Venezuelans of all shades, but I definitely, we gotta check it out for sure. I would love to go there. Hey, Choice, made to live and just clocked out of work at midnight. Oh my God, it's midnight where you're at. Well, I hope you enjoyed work. Everything's been amazing for you at work. Hope you had a great day. So we got a lot of passport bros here in Jamaica. LOL. I know about Passport Sis. I know there's a lot of girls that go to Jamaica and then they end up falling in love with a Jamaican guy and trying to help him get his papers and shit. But I didn't know that there were passport bros that were like men. I know Passport Sis. There's a lot of passport girls who go to Jamaica, like especially like elderly plus size white women who go to Jamaica and they're like in their 60s. Like I'm talking about like they're newly divorced and they try to like talk and hook up with these 20, 30-year-old Jamaican men that be wooing them, telling them all they want to hear, and then they just be sending them money and trying to get them to America and give them papers and a bunch of shit. Because those Jamaican men will fuck the dog shit out of you. And then eventually these women get sprung. These women start sending these men money. These men start giving these men money. It's a lot of shit. Like that's a you know, it's okay. I gotta do a video on that because there's a bunch of these like older, elderly, white senior citizen women in the Dominican Republic. A bunch of them are in Gambia, which is West Africa. There's a decent amount in Senegal. There's a good amount in Morocco. There's a grand amount in Turkey. There's a good amount of them in Jamaica, and there's some in Dominican Republic. I think I already said that. I got to do a whole video on that. People talk about the passport bros, but can we talk about the passport sis? Like a lot of those women on 90 Day Fiance, they're part of that passport sis. We should talk about that. We don't talk about that enough. It'll be an interesting video because I really want to talk about the places that a lot of these women be ended up that these women just end up going to? Like that's just an interesting topic for me. Mention the many foreign women in South Korea looking for their K-drama man. That's true. Good point. Brazil girl took Catherine from Ace Family, found her hubby over there. Look like Catherine from Ace Family, found her hubby over there. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's a you could yeah. The girl like the girls that look like Catherine from the Ace Family. That's a better way to put it. Thanks for super chat again, Fat Ward 9815. I appreciate you for coming and showing love. That's crazy. I'm a chick and I've done the oval by myself many times. If you ever do it yourself, practice LOL. Orgasm by yourself is interesting. I drink nothing but water and I'm fat still, LOL. You drink nothing but water, but you're fat. Honestly, delete the food delivery app. Did you remember that part? Water and tea is a way to go. Wendy, please stop being creepy. We have the Mega Mans in Maryland. Anyways, choice was good. Nothing much. Bipolar Hoochie Fairy. That's a hell of a name. I always be going to the store or walking my way to get my food in person. Everyone that just came in saying, I just got here, what's going on, what's the tea? You need to watch the playback because I just talked about all the stuff involving Wade, Wilson, and talking about Kevin Samuels. You got to watch it. I talked about all that for like an entire hour, the first hour. So if you're here past the first hour, you're going to have to watch the playback. And if you're watching the playback and you're watching this live stream, please feel free to just leave a nice like and a comment. Hot drinks is the way to go. It seriously helps with digestion. It's getting so bad. I paid $58 for 8 tacos and a quesadilla. I can make that ish at home for less than that. Exactly. Great question. I watched all 3 parts of the movie Hostel. Oh my God. The first 2 are good. After that, it just turns garbage. The first 2 is good. I mean, the third, yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? There's actually only 3 Hostels when I think about it. There's only 3 of them. Yeah, the first one was amazing. The second one is okay. The third one is garbage mixed with dumpster poo-poo caca shit. I don't like it. Hostel just got lame. Is Miami still worth traveling to nowadays after everything that's happened there? Yeah, it is. It's still worth traveling to. It's just there's better places like Puerto Rico where you can meet fine ass, sexy ass people. If you want to meet fine ass, sexy ass, sneaky links, Puerto Rico is also great, and it's also part of America. Like you don't need a passport to go there if you have if you're a U.S. citizen, and it's mostly safe. Mostly. My Asian granny be drinking them skinny teas. Ballerina tea. Oh my God. Yeah, them teas be helping you out. Okay, I'll give you one. So listen to this lady right here. Listen to this woman, Sophie. Ballerina tea is a very popular tea. It's like $3, $4, and it helps you lose weight. I used to drink it just for the hell of it, and it did help a little bit. Question about something you posted on Instagram a while back. How was the pineapple you boiled in salt? How did it taste? Like, was it salty or bittersweet? The pineapple, there was a slight bit of saltiness, but what helped me fix it, so basically, fun fact, if you want your pineapple to not, fuck up your tongue, the best way to do that is boiling your pineapple in some salt. If you boil your pineapple in a dash of salt, then the feeling of like your tongue being all itchy doesn't happen because salt just breaks down whatever might fuck up your tongue. It turned out fine. It was a little bit salty, but after I rinsed it out, it was mostly fine. So if you cut up pineapple and you just soak them in salt water. So I didn't boil the pineapple. That's the thing. I didn't boil it. I just put it in salt water. I put it in salt water. I let it sit in salt water. I just let it soak because it was just on the stove, just so I could have space on my counter. I just dumped out all the salt water and then I rinsed my pineapple in water and then that was it. I was good. So yeah, soaking your pineapple in salt helps. That's a life hack. And just don't put too much salt. Put like a good dash and let it sit for as long as possible. It was still sweet. His is fine. Y'all don't need to stop eating. Just eat high protein, low carbs, high omega-3s, low omega. Oh, listen, okay, Mr. Dietitian or Mrs. Dietitian. People don't got time for all that, okay? People can't remember all that shit. We just need a nice weight loss here that makes you shit your pants. I recommend ballerina tea or just drinking lots of water and deleting food delivery apps because that helps a lot. Miami's colorist. Yes, it is. Very much so. Unless you're like super pretty, like pretty privileged pretty, like nice body, pretty face. Sometimes Miami can be a little bit unforgiving when it comes to getting in the clubs. But you don't want to be anywhere you're not welcome anyway, so who cares? Yeah, Miami caters to Spanish people. Yeah, Huda type. Yep, you're right. The girl from Love Island, Huda Mustafa. Yeah, those girls usually eat and do really well in Miami. They don't like Black Americans or dark skin. Sadly, no. They do, but then you got to go to like the trenches just to find the people who appreciate and like you. I never watched the documentary Crash, but I see it on Netflix. I'll give it a shot. I thought about clicking on it, but it just didn't interest me because I don't know. The name just doesn't impress me. I like the first two as well. Don't know there was a third. Yeah, there's a third Crash. The third Crash came out in like 2017, I think, and it's not that good. Of Hostel, to be exact. I remember your DMB Viagra prank reaction. What? I remember that. I remember I was like, "Ew, fucking disgusting." I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember much of it, but I know I probably was acting a fool. I remember pieces where Damien was like putting like a fake like dick print on his pants, and I'm like, nasty as fuck. I'm like, you got kids that's watching this shit. Hostel was the gateway into watching gore horror thrillers. I love them. Talk about Tumblr too, but a lot of folks Tumblr women. That's all good. I don't romanticize criminals. Romanticizing criminals will always leave you disappointed because you're gonna end up drawing in or manifesting one, and he gonna kill your ass. Why do you keep on messing numbers? If you are click off. Choice, you're gonna see the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. I'd rather watch Scary Movie. I'm not really into Mortal Kombat like that. I mean, maybe. I saw Mortal Kombat pop up, on my TV as a kid, but it just never. I'd be traveling to eat, same. But what happened in Miami? 547. I think your commentary on Crash would be great. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Go to a dietitian and nutritionist to get an exact methodology on how to get your body in the best shape. All these fad diets and fitness gurus are not it, and need to stop lying. Yeah, that's a better idea. Go to a nutritionist or a dietitian. They're great. Where are they now? Oh, I definitely got time for that because it doesn't require time. Y'all just too lazy as fuck to research it. Once you do that, actually it's pretty easy to get a hang of it, and it works. Damien was crawling on the ground, and you were like, "This is porn." Oh yeah, I did do that. Yeah. Sorry. From DMB Nation, he did the little Viagra prank, and I think he was like gyrating her and like humping her on YouTube. And this is the kind of shit YouTube was allowing. So fucking disgusting back then. YouTube was a very gross place. YouTube has definitely cleaned up the platform because of demonetization and age restriction. But Damien was doing like a Viagra prank, and he was like grinding on his girl, and he was on the floor, like humping her ass like he was a dog. And it was the most disgusting fucking video I've ever seen on YouTube from like a couple channel. Disgusting. I was like, this is porn. And they have like a fucking child fan base. So I remember I was reacting to all that stuff back then. I was reacting to how fucked up and disgusting YouTube was for allowing certain things. And then guess what? YouTube ended up cleaning the platform. But they ended up doing it in a way where it kind of like fucked up the algorithm to where now people don't really blow up off of YouTube like that anymore unless they're a celebrity or already have a big fan base. Like if you're not like famous like Alondria from Love Island, you're not gonna blow up on social media that easily. You got to put in twice as much work. That's why I say, like, when I first started YouTube, I remember thinking to myself, damn, I should have started in 2010. I should have started in 2009. You know what I mean? And then I realized once I got older, like, damn, like with time going by, I realized, damn, I started at a pretty reasonable time. It would have been better if I started in like 2010, but I started in 2015. Technically 2014, but 2015 was when I started my Choice TV channel. But for me, I was like, damn, like, should I have started in 2010, 2009 when it was easier? But then when I blew up, my channel grew in like 2017 and really took off in 2018. I was like, okay, I started at a good time. And then the pandemic happened. That was a really amazing time to be a content creator because everybody was at home. What shows do you watch now? I watch old shit. Girlfriends, Parkers, Lincoln Heights, Supernatural. I'm back to rewatching The Vampire Diaries, and that's about it. Do you watch any series? I just finished The Testaments and spinoff of The Handmaid's Tale. The Testaments? Oh wow, I never watched The Handmaid's Tale. I watched like 2 episodes, and then eventually I just didn't give it another chance. But The Handmaid's Tale was pretty good. I'll give it another shot. But The Testaments, I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot. Was The Testaments worth watching? Because if it is, I'll get off right here. I'll get off this shit right now and go watch it. Well, the first episode. Oh, and then I watched Interview with a Vampire on Netflix last night. Skype was international Tinder back then. Have you watched Obsession? No. Should I? Did you see the Michael movie or Obsession? Okay, is Obsession a movie or a TV series? Will you watch Love Island season 8? I don't really watch or like dating reality TV shows anymore, but everyone just always watches Love Island, especially in LA. People have watch parties, and sometimes when you go to bars, people like make Love Island a fucking like thing where they watch at bars, which is so weird. They got aliens in Miami. Yeah, Helen will try to visit during weeks. Yeah, some of y'all gotta watch the playback. Thanks for the super chat, Miss Day Reese. And yes, I did see your comment. I didn't forget about you. You mentioned me doing a video about Israel and about Israel and stuff going on because Israel, they done off the journalists and stuff. And basically, it's more explosions and chaos. Something I just don't want to say on YouTube, okay? I just don't want to talk about that on my live stream. I'll use code words and discuss it briefly, but I don't want to get age restricted and my video gets blocked or censored or like YouTube tells me like, hey, you know, we had to demonetize or like, you know, that stuff pisses me off when I do because I put so much effort in some of these live streams and videos that sometimes I just be like, look, I'll just talk about that shit on my podcast. I did, however, talk about it briefly, just a tad bit on my second channel, and it's also on my podcast as well. So go to my second channel. That's one thing I noticed that, let me put it this way. If, let's see, there's about 600 people in here. There's over 600 people in here. So many people in here. I would greatly appreciate it if a lot of y'all want to go subscribe to my second channel on YouTube. My second channel is just Destined Choice. Please go watch that. Like, I'd really appreciate that. Here's my second channel on YouTube. Here it is right here. So this is my second channel, Destined Choice. This is the video I did about Solange and her son, Jules. Please subscribe to my second channel. It's almost at 200K subscribers. I would really appreciate if you guys go subscribe to it. If everyone watching this goes subscribe right now, I'll have almost not almost 100K. I can't count. I'll literally have 185K. So if you guys can get me to 185K, let's put it this way. I'll literally make sure I post as much as possible, and I'll post a video immediately in like the next 24 hours or less on my second channel. So make sure y'all subscribe to it. I try to post on it. Last time I posted on it was a month ago, but I'm still very consistent on my main, and I try to post more on my main. So like, just take time out of your day, search it up, Destined Choice, and go subscribe and let me know when you're done. So when you're done subscribing to my second channel, go watch those videos. I got a bunch of videos that some of y'all have never seen, have never heard of. Some of y'all are always asking me what's the difference between my main and my second. Just posting more content. Sometimes I post content on here that I don't know if it will do on my main. So I'll post it on my second just for the hell of it. So these are all the videos that y'all have never seen, story times. These are all like videos that y'all never didn't even know I even had. So please go subscribe to my second channel. It has over 100K subscribers. And I would love for it to get 200K. And it has a lot of great content on there. Let's see. Thanks for the super chat, Yaz Janice. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. I remember Nara Smith on Tumblr. I didn't even know Nara Smith was on Tumblr. Damn, she's been famous for a long time. I didn't even know she was on Tumblr. That's interesting. Thanks for the education. Nose is shiny. Yeah, Lincoln Heights was a great show. I still like to watch it every now and then. I should have started my YouTube 12 years ago, but still here helping other people get a check. You should have started it now. What are you waiting for? Where do you watch Girlfriends? I can't find it. In my country, it's on Netflix. So if you live in America, you should find it on Netflix. If you're lucky, you might find certain episodes on YouTube because some people do post it on YouTube. Choice, give the site. You're gonna have to, let's see. Wait, Lincoln Heights is streaming on. It was on Hulu. If you want to watch Lincoln Heights, I think it's still on Hulu. So just watch it on Hulu. And then if not, just check Hulu. It should be on Hulu. Lincoln Heights is also on. Let me see. I think it's on here to make sure I'm correct. Yeah, Lincoln Heights is still on Hulu. If you live in America, you'll find Lincoln Heights on Hulu. Who's your favorite character from the Vampire Diaries? Bonnie, duh. Kat Graham. She even saw my video that I did about her, and she was so nice enough to actually reach out and want to have a conversation with me. She invited me to like her little Zoom meetup, and I had a nice conversation with her. She's a nice girl. I really hope that I cross paths with her. She was my favorite on Vampire Diaries. Obsession is a movie. Okay, I'll watch Obsession then. Interview with the Vampire was good. I literally made it to I made it through the first episode. I'm on episode 2. Once I got to episode 2, I turned that shit off. The Testament is good. Okay, thanks for telling me. I'll check it out. My favorite part about your Pop Opinions is when I disagree but keep listening. I just subbed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Girlfriend is on Tubi. Thank you. I started watching you and Nina Underrated around pandemic times because y'all were telling us how to make money. You said invest, and she said invest and do OnlyFans. That's fucking crazy. What advice would you have for people starting YouTube now? Be as consistent as possible and start as early as you can because eventually the loop is kind of going to close a little bit because the algorithm's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? And also, you got to just post content with a good clickbaity title and thumbnail. No one doesn't click on some shit where your title and your thumbnail is just you like this. No one cares. You have to like really stand out, and you need a great title. Basically, the best way and the best thing I can tell people is this: is if you're coming up with a YouTube video, you don't need a glamorous thumbnail. Your thumbnail can be simple as fuck, like just a screenshot of you like this, but your title helps a lot. There's over 1 billion people on YouTube. And what if I told you all the videos you're posting on YouTube, 200 million just scrolled past it because they didn't see any interest or anything that they liked. If YouTube had like a little scroll feature where they could tell you how many people scrolled past your video because they didn't care, you'd probably be very surprised at how much fucking engagement you're missing out on. Billions of people scroll past your YouTube videos. You got to make sure you can get their attention. You got to make people feel something. That's what you got to do. People all over the world scroll past your content. I'm always subscribed to your second channel, even though you upload every 2 months. I'm going to post in 24 hours or less. Don't worry. Oh, you're sub to both. Okay, good to hear. Oh, you thought Destined Choice was my main because you found it first? That is so interesting. But no, my main channel is the channel that has the most subscribers. It's literally this one, Choice TV. And then Destined Choice is my second channel. I just subscribed. Thank you. I'm already subscribed to your second channel. Thank you. Yep, celebrities are very ratchet. Don't fall for the pressiness. Please make sure you guys like this live. Can we get to 600? Oh, you watched all those videos. Did you delete a lot of your old videos? Some of them are deleted, yes, because of YouTube's guidelines, which made me disappointed. Some things I can't show because a lot of these prank channels that I was reacting to and these couple channels I was reacting to, they were doing a lot of really weird, inappropriate stuff. So when I was reacting to their videos and then finding out that YouTube was being more strict about the kind of things that you show, I was like, oh, yikes. That was a very graphic prank that I reacted to. I got to put this on private. So some videos I put on private. There was a video that I made a long time ago that I was really disappointed I had to put on private. Thanks, by the way, thanks. I subbed. Thank you. You're the GOAT. You're speaking chicken with more geopolitical videos. Thank you. I appreciate all who subscribe. Okay, so put it this way. You ran into my popular opinions videos. Okay, thank you. So the thing is, I had a video where I reacted to my haters' videos, And in those videos, a lot of my haters and people who were spamming me with like hate comments, a lot of them were children. A lot of them were like teeny boppers who were just calling all types of fags, all types of bitches, hoes, and R words, and all types of crazy shit. So I would like, I would be like, oh, okay, you want to talk shit? Well, let's see your videos. And I would go over to their channel and I'd be like, boo, your videos are garbage. Fuck you. And I would like laugh and talk shit. And a lot of them were like in high school. A lot of them were like little teeny boppers that were talking shit and violating me, saying it was going to beat my ass. Saying those are horrible things, commenting threats, saying I'm going to beat your ass. And I would like go on their channels and I would say they would have videos and they'd be talking hella shit and looking crazy. Like I would go cry. I used to go in and then I deleted the video. Not deleted. I think I did delete them. I did. Because sometimes when you put things on private, YouTube can still see that it's on your channel, which can put you at risk of like strikes, censorship, which can put you at risk of just being, flagged. I had a lot of videos like that. I don't think any of y'all watching this probably even seen them because that was like years ago. That was like the start of my channel really popping off. Some of y'all watching this probably never even seen it, but that's what I did. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad if I wouldn't mind bringing that shit back. I wouldn't mind. I love Troy. I've been watching you for years. Shout out to you for always keeping it real. I appreciate you for still sticking around for all these years. Thank you for showing love. And thank you everyone else in this live. Honestly, just thank you in general. Like I'm surprised that I'm looking at this number right now. Before this said 700. It went up to like fucking 700. It went up to 720, 750, I think. Now there's like over 600 people in here. It's just like 650. I appreciate everyone like giving me their eyeballs and giving me their attention, using me as background noise, using me for a road trip, or just watching this video as a whole. I think I saw your video about the blackfishing. That's when I found your channel. I think Queen Chama suggested your video. Oh, that was nice of her. I like Chama. I love your alligator videos. Oh my God, I need to buy another alligator. But with the way inflation is going, oh my God. Do you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta? No, I do not. I got a question. My job involves a lot of community involvement, and I notice I get recognized no matter where I go in my city. I'm thinking of going dark and deleting my social media altogether. I think you should to protect your peace because people are fucking crazy. People are always Googling you, researching you, and you never even know it. And I wish I sometimes could do that. Not wish, but it'd be nice if I could do that sometimes because people are crazy when you try to like go into certain rooms and environments and people like bring up your YouTube channel and be like, oh my God, like you're on YouTube, you do this, or yeah, or yeah, did you know that he has YouTube? So I can't really do it because I'm already like established on the internet. So I can't just take my shit down. That'd be foolish. But anyways, Girlfriend's also on Netflix. It is. I just noticed you're live. Much love. I just got off of work and need need therapy. I want to see boosters too. This season of Euphoria is so ass. Like who is funding this? Oh my God. It is. Anyway, let me get back. So with the way the economy is going right now, I can't order more alligators because it's expensive as fuck. When I first ordered an alligator, it was like $300, like $350, $360, something like that, with shipping and all that stuff. And it was nice, like it was like 30 pounds, and I got to cook it, season it up like a turkey and everything, flip it over, all that stuff, and it was fun. But like now, I can't buy alligator because it's expensive. Like now that same alligator is double. Like now it's $600 plus tax, and be like $640, $650 because they ship it overnight because they can't, like it takes 2 days to ship because they have to freeze it, make it ice solid cold, and you have to ship it right away. And shipping it 24 hours is expensive. So that's like an additional $60, $70. So yeah, I cannot buy alligators no more because it's too much money. It's too expensive. I'm not gonna pay $650 for a fucking alligator. Like it's just too much work. So yeah, I can't buy it no more. I can cash one for you. Oh my God, you live in Louisiana? You live in Florida? Please do. 590 likes. Can we get to 10 more likes? That'd be really nice if we can get to 600 likes. Wait, hold on. Someone said Drake is one of the executive producers of Euphoria. Obviously, that's my fucking ass off. Has Drake always been executive producer of Euphoria? Why would he be an executive producer of Euphoria? That's so interesting. I don't watch Euphoria. I saw the first season and it was great. The second season, I watched like tiny little bits and pieces of it, but then it bored the shit out of me and I stopped watching it. Even with all the Twitter and social media hype, I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. I was like, I'll try again though. Oh yeah, someone said he rubbed the gator down with mustard. I did. I love seasoning stuff with mustard. I definitely did that. Oh wow. You said people mention my Facebook, Insta, TikTok OnlyFans. It's obnoxious, and some of them I don't know approach me. Yeah, it's just part of being famous. When you're famous on the internet, it's kind of like you always put yourself in a position to be perceived forever and ever, always for the rest of your fucking life until you decide to remove everything and people just fade away and forget about you. People can always look you up, and when you post things on the internet, fun fact, it's not yours anymore. It belongs to the person because guess what? When it's on the internet, they can screen record it, they can screenshot it, they can send it to people, they can email it to themselves. Everything you post online, keep this in mind, is not yours anymore. It belongs to the internet, and it belongs to everyone that can screenshot it and save it and Google you and research you. And don't take it personal. It's just the way the world is. Oh, you saw me linking with Yanni and Neek at night. Oh, yeah, I did. Yanni's cool. I got to text her. So is Neek. I find you back in the day from mukbangs that you used to do. I seen them. One of the Teeny Boppers made a diss song. Oh yeah, he was hollering at the time. Yeah, somebody made a diss track towards me. I remember I reacted to that. That was a long time ago. Arm & Hammer and Cafeteria Trey. Arm & Hammer, listen. I used to talk about these YouTubers named Armand and Trey, and I used to be like, all right, y'all, so I'm here to talk about Arm & Hammer and Cafeteria Trey. Oh my God. I didn't even think it was that funny back then, but it stuck with people. I was like, okay, so here comes Arm & Hammer. So Arm & Hammer and Cafeteria Trey. Like I had no chill when I was covering these content creators back then. That's crazy. Arm & Hammer. That's crazy. That was a long time ago. I'm happy people enjoy those videos. I'm happy those videos are still up, and many of those videos y'all can still enjoy. Dang, you're right. Yeah, it's not yours anymore. It sucks, but the day you decide to like delete everything or go MIA and go ghost and rebrand, and you decide to put a brand new name on the internet, so that way if people ever because that's what people do. Like sometimes you give people your Instagram and they'll just go around Googling you. Sometimes people will like Google, like people love Googling you. Like you don't believe it or not, they will Google it. Like even you watching this, if you date a guy, even some of y'all watching this, you Google people. That just is what it is. You Google people because you're curious about the shit they've done, what they got going on, what their accolades are, what their LinkedIn is, what they do for work. Oh, you're a Bayou babe. I need to go to Louisiana. I would love to do a meet and greet in Louisiana. I just don't want to get shot and killed and robbed. But I definitely would do a meet and greet in Louisiana. I've always wanted to go to Baton Rouge because I hear that's where all the good food is. And then there's another city. There's a city in Louisiana where they're known for really, really good food. Like everybody loves talking about New Orleans, but New Orleans is too touristy. Like I want to try big gator bites. I'm talking about like I want to eat like some chopped up snake or some stir fry cobra, some stir fry armadillo, like the stuff they really eat in the bayou in Louisiana, like some stir fry raccoon with some I'm just joking, obviously, but there's a city in Louisiana where that's where all the good food is. I forgot the name of the city. It's not New Orleans. It's not Baton Rouge. For those who are watching this from Louisiana, please educate and school me. What's that city in Louisiana that has bomb food? I forgot what it's called. Someone said I'm afraid to go viral. Once you go viral, people will always have access to that one moment of you. People will always screenshot that one moment. 600. Oh my God, 600. That's amazing. Do you still suffer from social anxiety? You seem to make friends everywhere you go. Yes, okay, so not really. Sometimes like little bits and pieces. I'm gonna be real. So people who watch this video, you guys know I have struggled with social anxiety for many, many years since I was a child. Just being shy, overly conscious of like energy, people around me, and it like essentially caused me to not have a social life because of constantly isolating myself. But so fun fact, I actually kind of obliterated majority of it because of solo traveling. So I did something called exposure therapy, where basically if you expose yourself to random things and try new and random things, or you have to like negotiate, speak, connect with other people, it kind of obliterates that fear of like being obsessed with how you're perceived and what's going on. It helped. And also dressing nice helps too. When you dress nice, you give people something to look at. But if you dress nice, you feel nice and you won't care if people are looking at you. So I look my best everywhere I go. Like if you guys ever run into me, you will always notice that I always have on a nice outfit, always. Mostly because I had social anxiety for many years. It was hard to like communicate. It was hard to make friends. And then once I started like dressing nice, that helped. But what really helped was, like I said, exposure therapy, putting myself in like literally booking a fucking trip to fucking Saudi Arabia. Like I would literally get a fucking random fucking one-way ticket to Saudi Arabia. I would apply for a visa and be like, well, I have free time. I'm gonna go to Saudi Arabia for 1 week with all this free time that I have. And literally there's a bunch of like people with like hijabs and like Muslim attire and like country where I don't even speak the language. And it forced me having to use my survival skills where I'm like, huh, what do I do? How do I communicate? How do I do this? And it exposed me. It forced me to get out of my head and to be present because I got to survive. I got to order food. I got to figure out how to catch a taxi in a foreign country. So you're out of your head and you're in the present moment. And that's what social anxiety is, where you have a hard time being present because you're so in your head. So going to random places, going to random countries that some of y'all have never heard of, that some of y'all would never even fucking care to go to, where it's homophobic, it's crazy. Well, not crazy, like I'm putting myself in danger, where it's, you know, not touristy, where like they're not used to foreigners. It puts me in a predicament where I have to be like very aware and in the present. I can't be in my head all the time. I have to like focus, look around and pay attention. So that helped. Exposure therapy is real. If you have social anxiety, put yourself out there. Go to a club by yourself. Go to the movies by yourself if you're not trying to travel. Go to a bar by yourself in a nice outfit and people will talk to you and you'll have a good time. Just go places by yourself. That's it. If you don't want to travel, I get it. Some of y'all ain't trying to do all that shit. So going places by yourself helps a lot. It really can do a number. Like isolation just makes social anxiety worse. Cough sales. Oh my God. Cough sales. Now, this was my favorite one, clearance rack. I used to be like, oh my God, y'all, clearance rack, Queen's baby daddy. I used to be like, I used to be like, okay, y'all, so Queen's baby daddy or Queen's boyfriend, or I used to be like clearance rack. So clearance rack or Dick and Balls Nation. Like I just usually call them. I remember somebody like called them that and I just like started calling them that. I used to be like, okay, y'all, so Dick and Balls Nation is out here acting stupid. Okay, y'all, so we have to get on here and talk about Dick and Balls Nation. I'm sorry. That was a crazy time. Oh, what he used to say? Computer back or something? I used to call their manager because she was like big back as fuck. Like she was like a linebacker. I used to call her a fat back computer shaped ass bitch. I used to be like, this fucking fat back computer shaped ass bitch. That was what I used to say. I remember one time she pissed me off and I was like reacting to one of her videos and I was like, oh my God, like, do you see this lady? She's like fucking like bad. Like, look how thick her fucking arms and shoulders and backs are. She's a fucking fat back computer shaped ass bitch. That was a time to be alive for sure. That was many years ago though. I wouldn't say that now about anybody, but that was time to be alive. Hope she's doing well though. She wished me well. I wished her well. That's another story for another day. Voodooed, LOL. Speaking of voodoo, I thought about talking about experiences with voodoo. That's an interesting experience right there. That's why I keep my government name off my social media. Everybody has a nickname. Just literally use your nickname for social media. You don't have to put it on the internet. What do you think about those people selling that man's life savings in Lagos? That's interesting. I didn't hear about that. Oh, you're in LSU. Oh, Lafayette. Okay, thank you, Breeza. Thank you, Bean Breeza. That's where I want to go. Lafayette. Lafayette is known as the foodie city in Louisiana. Like, if you want to see some real good food, go to Lafayette. Like, I'm literally leaning towards going to Lafayette because I want to try the food. Louisiana is amazing. Lafayette, frog legs, best Creole underrated. Oh nah, LOL. You have to actually go onto the bayou. What do you mean go onto the bayou? Raccoon is good as fuck. I'm not joking. Yeah, they actually sell raccoon online. I thought about actually ordering a whole raccoon. What do y'all think? Should I actually thought about doing, because I know where to buy a raccoon. Like there's a site where they sell a whole, they like skin it for you. They skin it and they take the guts out and everything, and then they sell raccoon. Should I do a video where I eat a raccoon? I'm not gonna lie, my engagement can go up a little bit. If not, I'll just stick to like a normal mukbang and do normal popular opinions like I usually do. But I'm thinking of ordering a whole raccoon and literally eating it. That'd be fun, like old times. But yeah, raccoon is coming. Shreveport, interesting. Shreveport is also, oh, rabbit and squirrel. Oh my God, squirrels? That's fucking interesting. I've had rabbits before. I might actually do that again, but I've never had squirrel. It's not Bourbon Street. It's Lafayette. Okay, Baton Rouge has good seafood. Okay, thanks for. I'm happy. No, they're talking about Lagos, which is a city in Nigeria. Do people eat turtles? Yeah, I cooked up a turtle before. It kind of fucked me up a little bit because the skin was so tough. I overcooked it. It didn't come out good. And it kind of like fucked up the back of my gum a little bit way back then. But I'm good now. I'm annoyed when you Google my name and old missing person report shows up. That's so frustrating, but that's just what reality is. I have social anxiety too. Exposure therapy. Do you stay going? You used to stay going in on the Ace family. You used to send me LOL. It used to send a lot of people through the roof. I might fuck around and do another one. It's Lafayette. Hell nah to Shreveport. Sorry, but y'all know y'all fake Louisiana, please. And he said he didn't want to get shot. Okay, thanks for letting me know. So don't go to Shreveport because I don't want to go. I don't want to get shot. I'll go to Lafayette. I don't want to go around with a vlogging camera and somebody try to like press me. I want to go somewhere chill where there's good food and good opportunity. So I'll go to Lafayette. Some turtles are poisonous. I remember that. I have never Googled someone. I need to though. Most people I get involved with, I never felt the need. Because if that means you probably are good at reading people. If you've dated guys that you never felt the need to Google, you're probably good at reading people. But with that man that I was talking about earlier, Mr. Wade Wilson, how he was putting on the front, if some of these women just went out of their way to go Google that man, they would have saw that this man has had a mugshot every single fucking 2 to 3 years since he was 18 years old, since he was 17. So I'm telling you that right now, it doesn't hurt to Google the man that you're dating or the woman that you're dating. It doesn't hurt. Your names for people were so funny. That's what makes you so iconic. That was so many years ago. My names for people were so iconic. I can't promise safety, but I could promise good vibes and food just in case. It's all good. I appreciate that. Thanks for putting me onto raccoon and squirrels and shit. I might order me a nice squirrel. Someone said, look your best everywhere you go, but not all of us want attention. Some of us wish we could blend in and not stand out. Yeah, solo travel is good. NOLA is touristy as fuck. I like NOLA, but yeah, it's too many tourists. It's too much. If I go to NOLA, I would love to go during dry season. Lafayette, Louisiana. Thanks for correcting me. Dude, you're just real. Oh, thank you. 680 likes on my end. Oh my God, can we get 700? Agreed. Traveling on exposure can help with social anxiety. Yes. So for years, I had just bad social anxiety, but just putting myself, like, I remember I used to always ask my friends, some were fake friends, some were real friends, but I used to be like, can you come with me? Can you travel with me? I would even offer to pay for like Airbnbs and shit. And then some people would like, unfortunately, like flake, even though I already paid for shit. And it's disappointing because I remember I talked to myself, I always needed someone to travel with me because that's how most people think. But then I ended up building a lot of confidence going places by myself. When I went places by myself, I didn't have a choice but to be present and to like be confident because people know when you're insecure and self-conscious, and people try to take advantage sometimes and press you and test you and challenge you and throw you off your game. Even if you are confident, people will still try to test you and challenge you and do weird shit or make slick remarks. But it's good to go by yourself. What's your skincare routine? It's very clear. Do you use a toner? I don't use a toner at all. I use just a normal, honestly, just a normal unscented lotion. So I use CeraVe, or is it CeraVe lotion, or Lubriderm, or you can use Cetaphil. You can use whatever lotion you want. As long as it's safe for your face, you're fine. Or like I used to use Aquaphor. So whenever I have like, breakouts right here, I use Aquaphor on my face. Aquaphor helps a lot. But yeah, I just, for the most part, I just avoid anything with fragrances. And then I also sleep on a slip pillowcase if that helps. But just keep it simple, honestly. Where are you at now traveling? I'm not traveling right now, but I do plan on going to Venezuela or Italy. Not Italy, fuck. Venezuela. Fuck. No. Italy, no. I'm not going nowhere fucking expensive. I don't know why I said that. I want to go to Venezuela. I heard it's really affordable because I like to go places where my money is strong. I'm not trying to spend $200 on a fucking like one day like of going out and exploring. I'm trying to make sure I spend no more than $50 on exploring for a whole week. So Venezuela would be nice. Or, even somewhere like back to Morocco, because some of you guys are reaching out to me asking me to like buy you guys purses and bags and designer stuff. knockoffs, obviously, and like gift you guys stuff and help you guys get certain things. The only place I want to visit in America is maybe Seattle. No states interest you? No states interest me either. But Seattle is a great place. I think you would like it. I think you'd also like San Francisco. San Francisco is a more lit and a better weather version that feels like Seattle a little bit, but isn't. But Seattle is cool. San Francisco is great too. It's dirty as fuck in San Francisco and very dangerous. But that's a city that I love. The Bay Area in general, I would love to live there, even though it's ghetto and crazy and you might get shot and somebody might break into your car. I always will love the Bay. People are awesome there. People are really friendly and it's just vibes. There's just no place like it. Out of all the places I've been, the Bay feels like home. Exposure therapy is definitely real. I've tried it. It just doesn't work when you don't want to stand out or attract attention. Yeah, because there's sometimes when you don't want to attract attention, but it helps. It does, because you're forced to be present instead of being in your head. Who created your Time Out with Choice animated outro of you in the timeout chair? It's funny. Fire, and the Moesha theme song really adds to it. Thank you, No Face, No Case. Well, thanks for the super chat, first of all. And my animation was created by Cartoon Chris. I really should put him in my description box. Go to my Instagram. On my Instagram, I promoted my podcast for the first time years ago. And I was like, go subscribe, go watch. And I tagged him. So if you go over to my Instagram and look at the highlight, or no, not the highlight, go scroll all the way down to when I first promoted my podcast. Like my podcast came out like, what was it, like 5 years ago? I tagged the guy that did it for me. His name is Cartoon Chris. Cartoon spelled regular, but with zeros instead of O's. So Cartoon, CRT00N, and then .Chris. Cartoon Chris. Cool guy, talented guy. BR is sadly ghetto. Baton Rouge is ghetto as fuck. Floridian said it reminded him of home. Ocala to be. Ocala is ghetto as fuck. Like they want to be Orlando, but they can't. I'm 23. I've been watching since I was 14, 15. Please come to Bama or anywhere in the South, Mobile, Alabama. I want to go to Alabama to try that bakery. There's a bakery called, I think, P&K Pastries, P&K Bakeries. It's in Birmingham. So I'll definitely do a meet and greet in Alabama. Why not? Or I don't know. I'll go to Alabama. Why not? It'll be fun. You were so young watching me? Oh my God. So many people were so young watching me. That's wild to me. Someone says, as a Black woman, I'd be eerie about just catching a flight to Saudi Arabia by myself for a week. Wow. If you're not gonna do Saudi Arabia, you could do Portugal, where it's affordable but still safe as fuck. Or you could do somewhere like Albania, which is Europe, upscale, safe for what you get because you have US dollars or Western money if you do have that. There are some other places you can do, but solo traveling helps with social anxiety. You just gotta have motivation to want to explore. There's vampires in New Orleans. I've been hearing that for years. I don't know how accurate that is. I work front desk and it's forced me to be more sociable. Saying pictures carry energy and people can put spells on you just from a picture of you because your energy is attached to it. Yeah, people can put all types of weird shit on you via the internet and attach you with stuff. You gotta just spiritually protect yourself sometimes when you're like out there and known. Laffy is considered up the bayou, and where I'm from is down the bayou. That's interesting. I totally believe there are vampires in New Orleans. Eat possum. Do the raccoon. Eat the raccoon for the plot. Save me the tail of the raccoon. I will definitely do that. Some Cajun roadkill. Somebody's not putting eat some Cajun roadkill. You made my high school years more enjoyable. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much. What is your name? Fug685. I appreciate that. I love people tell me that. I love people tell me they were quoting me in high school. I love people tell me they were watching me like on their phones or with their teachers in high school. I love that because I just be like, how, why? But I appreciate that. Did he just start? No, I've been on here for like over 2 hours. You can watch the playback. Peanut butter and jellyfish. Let me see. Hey, Lacey Star. There's a lot of shootings in Lafayette. That's why I've been hearing a lot. Joyce, what time is it where you're at? It's 10 p.m. where I'm at. I'm in California right now. Leave Shreveport alone. That's my hometown. Shreveport is no different from Lafayette. Don't just Google, get a background check, and don't even be so quick to let people know where you live. True. Would I go to Hawaii? Yes. Thanks for the super chat. Miss Mika Manning, I appreciate you so much. Squirrel is so good. I always wanted to pig though. I'm gonna definitely do squirrel. That's interesting. I'm coming to you from Brooklyn, New York. Thanks, Mikey, for coming through. Thanks for the love. I appreciate you. I'll try squirrel, Mika Manning, just because you recommended it. I appreciate that. Somebody said, why don't we? That's funny. Someone said, don't rub elbows with nobody. As in, like, don't rub my elbow against somebody? Like, you mean like the people who be doing destiny swaps? Why don't we fall? That's funny. Lafayette is ghetto and crazy, too. I lost some classmates out there. That's crazy. Accurate as fuck about Baton Rouge. Wanting to be NOLA. I think about... Someone said, I think about how Lovely T said you told her to get away with songs and copyright by singing the songs off key. It just makes your outros so much funnier. Yeah, definitely. That's what I do. So I think I told that to Lovely T that I think because when you sing in your YouTube videos, like I love to sing in my YouTube videos because it's like easier than just having to put a random outro song. And it's entertaining and it's chill. And yeah, I'm not the best singer, but you know, if you sing on key or you sing the notes verbatim, YouTube can copyright. Like I've even had like YouTube has tried to actually come for me for singing in my outro. Like there was one time where like I inserted my I forgot what I was singing. I think I was singing "If You Had My Love" by Jennifer Lopez. I was like, "If you had my love," like I don't know. I was singing it some way somehow, and they try to copyright me. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, for one, yeah, I was singing some of the lyrics. I inserted like 5 seconds of the song. But YouTube is ridiculous trying to copyright me for that. And luckily, I disputed it and I won. Thank God. Jennifer's label and whoever owns the fucking masters of that was trying to come for me. I disputed it and said, nope, I'm singing it in a different key. It don't count. I'm trying to relocate from Maryland to the Midwest, to be honest. Good luck. Hopefully you go to Chicago or Minnesota because everything's a little bit different when you leave Maryland. The DMV, I don't know if you live in the DMV, but DMV has like the best economy in all of America. Like if you live in the DMV, you ain't never gonna have a problem getting a job ever. Like you'll always have a job immediately. But going to the Midwest, the economy could be up and down unless you go to Minnesota, Minneapolis, or you go to Chicago, which even that's iffy. Sometimes you got to go to the suburbs of Chicago to find a good job. I'm sorry. This person told me not to do raccoon because we don't need no. I'm sorry. This person said we don't need no Cajun virus. I'm gonna get a bunch of Old Bay. I'm gonna put the raccoon in a bunch of Old Bay. I've been watching since elementary school. I appreciate that. That's a long ass time. That's mad young. NOLA is my favorite place in America. The energy is magical. Your grandpa used to hunt rabbits. Somebody said, I'm crying at Portugal being a substitute for Saudi Arabia. Have you seen celebrities in LA? Yeah, I have seen celebrities in LA. It's very common to run into them. And usually the unspoken rule in LA is this. You see them, you glance, and you keep it moving. If you do want to say hello, you can say, oh, hey, what's up? Just say their name, say what's up. Love your work. You can show love to them, but just keep it moving. Sometimes when you see celebrities in LA, people can be kind of rude and cold and not nice. So it kind of discourages you from coming up to celebrities. Like I walked up to even like Willow Smith and she wasn't nice to me at first. That's a different story for another day. But she was chill for the most part. But sometimes people are just bitchy and they don't like people coming up to them sometimes. I better not see our rats. Yes, Destiny swapping is so bad on Bourbon Street. That's so interesting. I keep hearing about Destiny swapping. Okay. I learned about bumping elbows from Lovely T. I had no idea. Yeah, Lafayette is mad ghetto. I was originally going to move there. Glad I decided not to. You were going to move to Lafayette? Oh my God. You need to try wild bear boar meat. I've never heard of boar meat. What the fuck is a boar? Wow, I never catch a live. I'm happy you're here. Thanks for coming through. Okay, boar is like a type of pig, like a warthog or some shit. I just looked up a boar, and I'm gonna try that for sure. Destiny swapping is bad. Don't rub elbows with people. I love being from Louisiana. Culture and the range of accents like no other. But a part of why I watch you is because you inspire and show me there's more to the world. I'm so happy to hear that, and I hope you one day get a chance to like leave New Orleans and you leave, well, not New Orleans, Louisiana as a whole, and try something else. Because there's some great cities. Like Houston is a really great place. Like I know people from Houston, Texas, be like, "Don't move here, don't come here, we fool." Listen, don't listen to them, okay? People from Houston, when you get there, they're very welcoming. Like you see so much hospitality. Like if you drop your purse in Houston, someone's gonna literally do the right thing and more than likely give it to the fucking front desk because you lost it and they want to do the right thing. Like in Houston, that positive energy, that positive Southern hospitality glow is contagious. Houston's a special place. I'll always love Houston. So I'll be real, Houston's a great city, and even Atlanta. But if you decide to stay in Louisiana, I completely understand. But definitely, take a road trip to other places if you have free time, just for the hell of it. Just like how people take quick little road trips or quick little flights to Louisiana, you should do the same thing. Except Baltimore. The economy is great except for in Baltimore. Yikes. Okay. So Baltimore economy is weak. I never even knew that. Baltimore, I thought they had good jobs over there. My ex lived in Maryland. I was just saying your version. I should do TikToks. Not Old Bay. Remember my ex live in Salisbury, Maryland. It's really nice over there. Seattle is perfect in the summer. Okay, I'll check it out. Houston is literally our cousin, our sibling state, though. Same people from there some people from here are from there. Yeah, during Katrina, a lot of people left Louisiana. They moved to Houston. All the culinary scenes that are lit is because a lot of the people from Louisiana bought their specialty to Houston, Texas. Someone stole my shit. I was just saying, Houston, Texas, somebody will give you back your stuff. Someone said, someone stole my shit. I was just saying how if you lose some shit, somebody gonna return it. Somebody stole my shit in Houston. Yeah, if you're in downtown area and you're in like the nightlife area, sometimes people will break your windows. I forgot to mention that. But besides that, Houston's a great city. Besides the small, stupid, petty thefts. And a lot of it isn't even from Houstonians. A lot of it is from out-of-towners with no fucking life who are trying to boost and steal people's shit and flip it. I have familial ancestral ties to California, Louisiana, and Mississippi. That's amazing. I hope you got your 4 acres and a mule. Opportunities for professors and grad students. Haha. Boar is a wild pig. My cousin hunted a huge one once and it was good. How many likes do I have? Can you guys let me know? Like, please keep me in the loop. How many likes do I have? Have you been to New Orleans? I want to try their gumbo. I have been. I went one time and I definitely want to go back. Thank you, Choice. I just know if I go to New York, I'll be under a spell. New York men are kryptonite. Oh, because they're masculine, the accents. Yeah, you'll have a good time. Some of the sexiest people alive are in New York City. Go to New York City. It's such a diverse place. Like you'll meet people from like you'll find you a really good person with like a great job in New York because of how spread out and big it is and how much it attracts so many professionals and great people. You'll love New York City for sure. If you're thinking New York City, go there. But I've been out here for a good amount of time. It's been a good 3 hours. Is there anything anybody else want to mention or say? I just got inspiration thanks to this woman right here to go to Breeza, to go to Louisiana, and I definitely would do that very soon. Honestly, thank you for putting me on the Lafayette because I always hear about that place from like YouTube videos and TikTok. I need to go. I'm going to go to New Orleans, then I'm going to take a road trip and rent a car and go to Lafayette. After I go to Lafayette, I might drive down to Baton Rouge. So I'm going to go to New Orleans, hit up Lafayette, then hit up Baton Rouge, and then drive all the way back to New Orleans, if that's safe enough. I feel like I'll be fine. I feel like I have a great time. That's true. Them out-of-towners were the motherfuckers who stole my shit. Do a mukbang eating fufu and a goosey. I just tried it and it's bomb. I already did that, but I'll definitely do that again. Hopefully Drake doesn't ruin Houston because I get to visit it. Oh, that happened to my mom's rental in Houston. When I was a kid, people literally break into your car in the clubs / parking lot. Yeah, if you're near the clubs, people will break into your shit because all types of wealthy people will like park their cars on the street. You need to valet park in Houston. That's my best advice. In the Bay Area and in Houston and in Atlanta, honestly, the Bay Area, Atlanta, and Houston, you need to valet park. If you're in the city and it's like, so you're celebrating nightlife, if you're not parking into like a perimeter area that's being supervised, or you're not parking in a nice little area, and you're parking in downtown and there's nobody watching your shit, you need to valet park. Valet park. If there's no cameras in the parking lot, don't park there. If there's no cameras on the street, don't park there. Valet park in Houston, in Atlanta, and in New York, and in the Bay Area. I live in Brooklyn. I don't date the men here. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, they cheat. They all cheat and they lie, and they all have like multiple lives. In New York, people have multiple lives. Different types of friend groups too. So masculine. Like, yes, New York men are so masculine. And I have the Southern hospitality. I think it's perfect match. Thank you. Take a trip to New York. Stay there for 3 days. Stay in an Airbnb. Get an Airbnb in New Jersey, because New Jersey is like a bridge or a quick 15-minute subway ride away from New York. So if you go to New York, stay in New Jersey, fly into New Jersey because it's cheaper, get an Airbnb in Jersey City because that's how you save money. That's what I always do. And then take a train to New York. And then when you're ready, take a train right back to New Jersey. New Jersey is so much cheaper if you want an Airbnb or a hotel accommodation. Get money, peace, and love. F the naysayers. Someone said, hold on, I just got here. Listen, Miss Middle Last, you're going to have to watch the playback, but we got into a lot of great conversations. I know my ancestors in Mississippi ended up buying the land they were enslaved on, and I have family there still, and the plantation home burned down, wow, during the Civil War. That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. You could trace your stuff, your ancestry back from Mississippi and shit like that, and they had land and everything. My closing statement, that's funny. Oh, get money, peace, and love, and F the naysayers. I love your closing statement. Let me see. You might as well Uber. That's normal in the Bay Area. The New York City influencers is fake as fuck too, and everyone I know is prosperous. But then again, I grew up around pompousness. The accent and aggression turns you on about New York men. They'll meet their match. You'll have a good time in New York. Please go for sure. You'll meet a nice professional person. You'll have a good time. Choice, I can't see you coming on camera eating a raccoon. You will definitely see it soon because I would definitely be buying one. Trump was buying up their land in Louisiana. They did the residents dirty that fled from their homes over deed. That's crazy. Oh my God, you remind me every chance you get, and okay, fine. I'll do the fucking Young Pharaoh video. Everybody who's asking me, do the Young Pharaoh video, talk about Young Pharaoh. Okay, I'll do it. I always get reminded because I said I was going to do it and I never did it. New York men, majority are scammers. Manhattan, New York is where the Munyon is at, though. That's true. Manhattan, Chelsea, Little Italy, Chinatown area, the city for sure. Bye, Choice. Goodbye. My sis lived in New York. Poom. You have 645 likes. Can we get 650? Can we get 650? Can we get 5 more likes? Oh, your ex is from there. That's amazing. I need a husband or a wife that's from New York. Who is Young Pharaoh? Okay, fine. I'll do Young Pharaoh, but I'll work on it for sure. Fine, I'll add it to my list so I don't forget. I'll actually write it down right now so I don't forget. But can we get 650? Oh my God, that's so kind. Thank you, Adrian. I'm sorry. I didn't even see your super chat. Super chat. Someone sent me a nice super chat. Someone sent me a Cash App to like be sweet and nice. I appreciate you. So Adrian Woods, if you're still in here, I'm going to just show you some love right back. Send you a nice cute emoji because I appreciate that. Someone was nice to send a super chat, and I greatly appreciate them for sending that on Cash App. But thanks again. I'm going to get off on here. I love watching people are wearing in their streets in New York. Yes, I love watching those too. But I've been on here for a while. Look, that feels like a necessary trauma eating a raccoon. Wish you good luck, though. Wish me the best of luck. But I hope I can find a good one and a good fresh one. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe. I'm going to get off of here. my computer's going to die. That's why I'm getting off of here. I'm at 16%. I could run and get my charger, but right now my ass hurts. I do not feel like fucking getting up. So yeah, that's that for this live stream. Please be sure to leave a like. Can everyone leave a like? How many likes do we have now? How many likes do we have? How many likes do we have? Can we have 650? That'd be really nice. And also, if you guys are watching this, could you guys do me a favor and also comment watching the playback or I enjoyed the live? Like literally once this live is over, just comment I enjoyed the live, I enjoyed it, or I'm watching the playback, or do more lives. Like do more lives is my favorite one. So I know to keep bringing these out and that you guys actually enjoy these. But thank you again for coming through, listening to my commentary about the Wade Wilson stuff, about Kevin Samuels and other things I talked about in terms of pretty privilege and a bunch of other stuff. I had a lot of stuff to say. But please be sure to show some love to my other videos. I did post some videos recently, and I wish more people watched them. Like, did y'all watch my other videos? My video about Anna Faris, my unpopular opinions. Did you guys watch those? Please show those some love. Like, how many likes do I have now, by the way? I didn't even see. Someone said, no choice. I literally got to go. Listen, Kalia, I got to go. It's been a great 3 hours. How many likes do I have now? I don't see it on my end because I'm using a software called StreamYard, as y'all can see with the logo on the screen. How many likes do I have? But yes, comment that you enjoyed the live. Comment everything. Let me know so I can keep doing these. No one's letting me know. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know why no one's telling me. Oh, 665. Okay. Well, I'm going to hop off on here. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Toodles, peace, gotta go. See ya, and y'all be safe and enjoy the rest of y'all spring. See you soon. I'll be back soon.